Okie dokie, I hope this is going to the right stream URL. I have a secondary phone that I could check this on, I guess, just to make sure that it's correct.
You're taking you're recording?
Yeah, we're live streaming to the whole world. Although I think that it must be the wrong one because my count on here says that it's 0. Oh no, it knows it. Okay, interesting. That's just a strange bug, I guess, that we had. Let's see, so we'll call this done. Okay, cool. So, let me get the tripod out. Well, I gotta answer this. The restroom is gonna be back towards that window door, but to the right. Alright, so I'm gonna set this up. I think I finally got it recording.
Yay!
I use your cell phone?
Yeah, basically.
That's fine.
Yep. This just has the streaming software on it.
Okay. Can I just click on DMS guest?
You could do guest if you want. You could also do the member one.
Okay.
Cool.
Exhibit of my own.
It is asking me for a pre-shared key.
Let's see, you did the guest one or the member
Yes.
one? Interesting. Let
You want me to try something else?
Yeah, member would be the ideal one.
Okay. Okay, DMS member.
And then I'll just type that in. Once
Okay.
it prompts you for the thing.
Right there.
Not that it's a big secret, it's just that we're live streaming now. I don't want this shared with
Oh, fair.
the whole internet forever.
Okay.
Cool.
Now,
I like that. That's pretty slick.
It is very slick.
now, let's just try this.
Alright, let me see. Oops.
Boom, 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 boom.
Alright, just to see. Oh no.
You got it going?
Yeah, I'm checking on it real fast.
Awesome.
Okay.
Brought some extra batteries too, just to make sure that everything goes good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I brought these just in case.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Apple. I never use Apple.
That's all right. You know, I've used.
Okay.
I had an Atari till about 80.
Okay, I've got it up here.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, so you're currently viewing it on your Amiga?
No, I'm viewing it.
Okay.
Cool.
I went to the club's homepage and found the link there.
Nice.
Good stuff. To the
it's actually
stream,
on the club's page now, huh?
Yeah, if you go to the club's homepage and click on meetings or something, there's a little calendar, and I clicked on December 2020, and it takes me to the YouTube link. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm loving it.
So here we are. Excellent.
We get to meet at last.
Yep. I guess it's not a bit
it's
of a
been a
lag,
while.
but
6 months.
Out of YouTube.
Been about that long, yeah. Well, can you do your magic for me too here in a sec?
yeah, totally.
Awesome. All right, good. I didn't have anything bad up on my computer.
Always an important check.
Yeah. had to make sure of that. Okay, so here we are at DMS member.
That's right.
And
Okay.
there we go.
Let's keep that off the camera.
Oh yeah, sure.
It's That's really all I care about.
Yes.
Cool. But then, you know, once you have it, then it's yours in there forever. Now, the thing that I'm trying to figure out is this other device that I'm on insists that DMS member has no internet for some reason. So, that's useless.
Fun.
And there's supposed to be another one called DMS members that I could sign into with my usual credentials.
You could do this one too.
Yep.
That way I'll be on that one as well.
Yeah, we got like, what do we call this? The
That's pretty quick.
RDP or something like that. Not RDP. You thinking the computer speed is faster? It's
Yeah,
coming
I
through.
mean, when you move, I mean, it shows up like half second or.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got like a slight bit of delay to it. I think that's about 30 seconds.
Well, tell you what.
Oh,
Guess if you don't mind being mobile for a second.
Absolutely.
Bring that camera over to where this pie top is so we can see it in action.
Yes, yes.
After you.
Okay.
That is cool.
Okay, this is a Pi top. I am currently running the Raspberry, the software on it. I have an Amiga emulator on it, but the Amiga emulator doesn't have a very good web interface.
Mm.
So this is Firefox under Raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad, not bad.
And if you
Is there a browser that will support or run YouTube at this point on Amiga?
Forever has a browser.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I know it has
this
iBrowse,
is a Raspberry
But
Pi 3.
If I
Mhm.
use DuckDuckGo.
The 4 won't fit in here. This is
Yeah.
designed for the
Search
3,
for something.
which
It
irritates me,
won't
but
connect.
Oh.
Three's still not a bad
I think
device.
Oh, yeah.
DuckDuckGo is
this little thing
secure.
serves as a
Yeah.
heat
So my
sink,
guess is browser only
and
connects
takes
to unsecure
those
sites.
connectors over there
okay.
where you can
Fun.
play all kinds of stuff and routes them over here for access somewhere I haven't figured out yet.
Tell you what, I'm gonna set this down. I think spin it kind of this way,
Oh, nice.
and then I'm gonna get the gimbal.
Yeah.
Yep. Because then I can.
But this
Look at
right
that,
down
maybe.
there is the micro SD chip, which is in a very awkward place to remove it and insert a new one in.
I'm gonna unsnap this from the tripod it's on.
There you go. Get a shot of that gimbal before you put it on there.
Yeah, totally. This is the DJI Osmo 2, I believe. Or maybe I don't think it's a 3. I think it's just a 2. But yeah, I mean, that's what I usually use when I'm out filming
Wow.
and don't feel like using the tripod, but I can kind of move my stuff around as needed to kind of get into different areas. So I'm going
That is
to kind of
cool.
snap it into here. This thing just rotated the screen. There we go. Yeah, I'll snap it into there. And kind of lower that down and pop it right in.
I love it.
And there we go. Now I can turn the gimbal on so that it will stabilize itself. And then it'll beep beep. Then it'll swing into a landscape mode for a moment. Then I can double tap this and it goes back to portrait.
Okay.
Hey, look at that.
Yep. So then we've got the crew, excluding me, the photographer, and our real live Amiga setup.
See if I. So, do something for me if you don't mind. Go ahead and just do a little of the mechanical gimbaling on that thing.
Yeah, totally. So there's, you can double tap the power button
Uh-huh.
to flip back and forth between the landscape mode and portrait mode.
Yes.
You can kind of double tap this button for some further adjustments. Triple tap some of the buttons. We'll usually like rotate the camera or flip it back and forth between different modes.
Uh-huh.
And there is an app on here that you can get from DJI that's pretty cool too.
So I imagine you could probably remotely control it, right?
I'm not sure about that actually. I haven't looked into it.
Oh, okay.
But it would be feasible, I suppose. But yeah, with the application, if you're using the DJI app, then it gives you a lot of flexibility to actually use a little slider over here to do zoom in, zoom out kind of things.
Yeah.
As well as there's like some machine learning types of algorithms that they have too. If you select an item on camera, it will try to track that item no matter what as you move your hand around like this. And so you can kind of get the different angles on it. Although it does a fairly decent job of trying to point in the same direction as it is even without the ML, if you're just using regular Google Camera or some third-party app to use it.
That is really cool. So no matter where you stand, it would stay fixed on whatever you wanted to film.
Yeah, it tries to. Although if you really try to, wing it way out of its comfort zone, it will kind of go crazy and flip around a whole bunch until it can find an orientation with all of its, whatever, how many linkages this is to point there comfortably.
Okay. That is neat. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to reconfigure this thing real fast because there we go. All right, cool. Back in action. So let me flip around there again, and we can talk more about the Amiga emulator on the Raspberry
I'm not
Pi.
trying to steal the show here, but I know
No, it's
he wants to get his machine fixed.
we'll do that in a sec. Take it, show away, man. Looks
Well,
good.
I mean, I really don't know what to say. I mean, I will say I absolutely hate trackpads, so I have a mouse for it.
Yeah.
I really wish the thing had a power light. Well, when you close this thing up, I mean, I have no idea, I really have no idea if the thing's on or off.
Does the keyboard glow or is it not?
No.
It doesn't light up?
No,
Okay.
But, as I say, this is a standard Raspberry Pi 3 board on the bottom there. And it's configured such that you have to, normally you have four you'd have four USB ports on the back, but two of them are taken up by the keyboard and trackpad that's built in here, and so you only have two USB ports on the back and the Ethernet port.
Yeah, you can see those exposed there on the back. There's only two,
Right.
and then your Ethernet, and then some power jacks, it looks like.
Yes, the power jack over there for the battery charger, which is buried under the keyboard somewhere, I guess.
All right.
Yeah, that's really cool. So hey, tell us about what it take to put this together. Did you buy it in pieces? Did you buy it
No,
assembled?
I just ordered. I bought it.
Okay,
It cost like about, I don't know, $300 or so,
that's not bad.
That's not bad.
excluding the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, excluding.
Oh,
the-
that, you put this in?
Hmm?
You put this in? The Raspberry?
Yes, I already had this thing working,
Yeah.
and so all I had to do was basically, you basically take the Raspberry Pi and you shove it in this way so that the connectors, the USB connectors, the USB connectors here and the Ethernet connector there, which are on the Pi motherboard, those two basically just stick out the back, and those two USB ports, they slide into a socket on the back there, which then connects to the keyboard and the trackpad.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like this case is probably designed for that type of Raspberry Pi model.
Oh, absolutely. You
Yeah.
could not put the Raspberry Pi 4 in there, which I really wish I could. But because one of the other things I really would like if I could use the 4 has two HDMI video connectors on it.
Okay.
And with that, I could simply set this thing on my desk, and instead of using the screen, I could use my big monitor.
Oh, wow, yeah, that'd be great.
But,
What is this, three, Brunswick,
yeah,
Missouri?
yeah, the board is the 3, yeah.
Now, what was preventing it? Is it just that the ports don't line up correctly, or?
Yeah, the 4 has a very different layout on the connectors, et cetera, than the 3 does, yeah.
Okay.
How long has the four been out?
Excuse me?
How long has the four been out?
I got
Roughly.
I have a 4 and got one probably, well, I had one at the last meeting we had, so I've had one for at least a year.
So maybe they have,
No,
no?
they don't.
Uh,
They have something for the 4, but it's basically not anything like this at all. It's basically just kind of a fancy, fancy little bitty case for it, or whatever, for doing I'm not sure what.
Yeah. Well, now I imagine they'll probably make a case for the Pi 4, or
I sure hope so.
Yeah, really.
there's all these Dremel tools.
Or at the same time, if they had simply supplied me with the case and the battery and the keyboard and the monitor, et cetera, and just had connectors in there so that I could just slap a 3 or a 4 in there or whatever and just run a connector from the board to the appropriate connectors this thing needs.
Let me give this suggestion, okay? And this is something I've had to
Okay.
do with some projects I've had.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have on the Atari Jaguar, I have a ROM loading board that
Mm-hmm.
has ways of running various cards or whatever have you that you can pop in and pop out. And it was always at a weird angle. And of course, they got varying dongles that will extend that, right?
Yeah.
Extend it so that you can plug in to whatever, run from that
Mhm.
point to someplace a little more convenient, like to the outside of the cartridge, and plug it in that way. So here's what I would suggest for you if you're up for a little bit of tinkering, say with
Yeah.
with this, if they never make another case, right, specifically for the 4, you could always take this and potentially like turn it sideways, okay, or in your 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And put it in to a space that you have there. Get the extension cables for the USB
Yeah.
and run the extension cables from your Pi to the ports that you have over here, and then
Yeah.
just attach them here, so that way they're actually here with the extenders going to the ports. And then if there's no monitor port or whatever, you can always just take like a Dremel tool and strategically cut a hole in the side and then run again extenders. I don't know if it's HDMI or
HDMI.
yeah. So see if you can get like an HDMI extender, and you've got plenty of room to run these extenders,
Yeah,
right?
mhm.
So you just run it from wherever it is on the 4 to wherever your hole is on the side,
Yeah.
and just install it on the side.
Yeah.
We do it all the time in retro computing. We're always adding ports and always adding
Okay.
switches, and
Yeah, at this point, it's pretty much really hard to find the standard way that they would have done this. You have to get a little inventive.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
So you got a good start. You got. I think the neat thing about it is you've got a laptop case and you've got a keyboard that can connect to it. I guess the USB, and from there, sky's the limit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to show us the emulator real fast, just for a
Yeah,
bit?
yeah.
Cool.
I would love to see that.
Here we go.
Let's see how this works. Which,
Okay, this is
Get
simply,
the-
this is simply the terminal window right here.
right.
And I just call up my emulator, which is called UAE, and hit on it, and it then brings up a configuration screen. You can configure, I can configure it from anything from an Amiga 500 to an Amiga 4000.
You know what's interesting is this kind of reminds me of the interface for the VirtualBox.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I'm going to use, and that's the emulator, or the configuration I'm using. Just hit click start, and that's, oops, could not find this, what? Click the wrong one.
So does this emulator allow you to use built-in Wi-Fi for internet browsing and
Oh,
everything?
yes.
Oh, wow.
And
I mean,
it's
I
off
could
and
run
running.
these.
But the emulator basically is just a variation on on WinUAE or the Universal Amiga Emulator, one of those things.
Okay,
And
I kind of figured
what
it was
is
that.
going on? That's not.
Is it glitching out on you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when UAE was what we, or what Johnny
Completely
installed,
glitched out
that
on
G5 you gave me,
Okay.
I think. So, yeah.
I'm gonna have to shut it down and restart it.
Hey, it's just like a real Amiga.
Yes, uh-huh.
Oh no. By the way, there is a guy on Twitter, I think he's from Kentucky or something like that. He just had a close family friend pass away that had a bunch of Amiga stuff. Got software, expansion cards, a tower, all kinds of things.
Oh, wow.
And so,
Were they trying to, I guess, do an estate sale or something?
essentially, yeah. So this guy, I guess, didn't really have any life insurance policies. So luckily he does have the collection, though, which has been increasing in value. So
Nice.
they can hopefully pay some of his final expenses by selling off his goods.
That'll work.
Okay, start over here. Call up the emulator or terminal program,
Yeah.
emulator.
Sometimes, I guess the important thing is just, finding a way to get it to family on people that would be interested in that.
Right.
That way the people in the community, can make offers and they can actually reach out to those people and have somebody to potentially
Yeah,
sell it
that's up and
to.
running.
Right. Yeah, that's kind of what he's doing. So he knows a lot about this stuff and is helping to categorize it with them all. He's probably going to be over there tomorrow
Oh, yeah.
doing that quite a bit.
And I mean, we're actually live here. I mean, I can go in here and call up my email. Oh, I
Just
can't
developer
do-
or something.
No, the micro SD chip I have in here is not my latest and greatest.
Oh, gotcha.
And because of that, I'm running a developer version of YAM, and that version expires every month, and I don't have the latest one in here, so
Oh,
never
geez.
mind.
Oh, wow.
So you got to keep building this every month.
No, you just have to reinstall it every month.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But,
Then we'll keep making
I mean,
releases of
it's-
it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
until they get a stable release, and then they'll release an official stable release, so you don't have to download a new one every month, but,
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
okay.
It's a clever way to lock you out of using their beta stuff.
Yes,
Yeah.
but,
funny.
this is basically a full-blown Amiga OS 3.9 emulating an Amiga 4000.
Seems like a great way to try out software.
Yeah.
You don't have to get the whole Amiga setup. You can just build an image on your SD card.
What's the difference between this and Amiga Forever?
Probably not a whole lot. A lot of the things that this emulator uses are basically straight out of Amiga Forever. The thing I don't like about this emulator that I'm using is that I cannot toggle back and forth between this Amiga emulator and the underlying Raspberry and operating system.
Oh, bummer, yeah.
I have to quit out of here.
Mm-hmm.
There is another Amiga emulator that I have used that allows me to do that, but I don't like it quite as well because the emulator, I haven't figured out how to get that emulator to use the entire screen and simply let me hit a function key or something to switch back and forth. But well, maybe I'll figure that out someday.
Yeah,
But
that's neat. So, you have the web browser on this thing?
I do. I can't. Let's see here. Where would it be? It'd be over here under. Oh, it's over here somewhere. I can find it. I haven't used it in ages.
So what do you use the
There,
Amiga for?
here's iBrowse.
Yeah.
Browse. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, I can,
Nice.
yeah, I mean, I can go over here to Amiga stuff and, this is my, where is, well, I can go down here to AmiNet.
Yeah, how's AmiNet?
There's AmiNet.
Wow.
Very cool. Is it still pretty active?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay. I haven't been to AmiNet in a little bit. I say a little bit, it's probably been like 6-7 years.
Holy moly.
I know, right?
But I was going to say that well, I guess we could try that if I could. Where is that thing?
I think when I was last there, I was getting the Amiga 500 compact flash card. You know, the one that
Where is that?
brings up to full memory and lets you use a compact flash for the built-in hard drive. That was fun.
Is it an expansion module for a real one then?
Yeah.
Nice. The surface mount memory then?
Oh yeah, just run on top of the processor.
Okay, cool.
There we go. I wonder, should I try this? Going to YouTube and see if it'll pull up the thing we're live streaming right now.
That'd be something. Pull up our live stream on Amiga.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
How up to date is Eyebrows?
I'm not 100% sure.
I'm thinking there's probably video codec that could be a thing, and then probably a lot of like website code that just was reliant on the modern browser
Mm-hmm.
capabilities. But it'd be hard to keep something like this up to date to show it.
Yeah, it is, and I do a lot of online banking, et cetera, this kind of stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I have to go back to
The Pi.
the Pi to do that. I can't get it from here. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah.
But
No.
at least it didn't
I was
crash on
thinking
me.
about the JavaScript a bunch, I guess, and yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of JavaScript features in there and things that it just doesn't know.
Oh yeah.
I like to tell people that's why I got out of web development, because I can't even, handle that stuff anymore. It changes so much.
Oh, I imagine, yeah.
I think this is fun. Processing JavaScript, timing out in 9 seconds, and it's not counting down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even responsive.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hey, that was fun. I'm sure that there's probably a browser out there that can do probably more. There's probably other video codecs that you could add and other modules
Mm-hmm.
to make this possible. Probably as Eyebrows is installed on 3.9 natively, it's probably just not set up for that in the very start.
I think there was something I was running across recently called RetroZilla, and it's supposed to be some kind of port of Mozilla, I guess, that would allow you to. I forget which kind of platform this is for, if it was for Amigas or for regular old IBM PCs or something. But with the RetroZilla, I guess they were trying to do builds that were actually up to date with the latest Mozilla source code and porting them back to these old computers and old processors.
Huh. Well,
So then you might have a better shot at running this advanced JavaScript and all the extra features.
Yeah.
that would be fun to try.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Very ambitious project.
No kidding. Somebody's really sinking a lot of time into that, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Up on YouTube.
But if you want to get on AmiNet, or if you want to browse the search engine,
Yeah.
it's probably good for all that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I'd like to know is, with all the CSS they put in these days to make pages responsive between mobile and desktop, I wonder how that would play in with these guys. Hopefully it would behave the same way and not mess it up a whole bunch. Could potentially show you 2 copies of it at once, maybe, if it's really bad.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's cute, man. I love it. And like I say, there wasn't really. I I mean, that's always been the big challenge of the Amiga platform, is just a good portable Amiga.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always been the drive to try to make some kind of laptop version,
Yeah.
tablet or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty solid, I'd say.
Yeah, once you have Lemmings on here, then that's all you need, huh?
There you
Yeah, right?
go. Well, should we take a look at the tower over there and see if we can get it running?
Yeah.
Let's do. Now, one thing before we start on the tower, if you don't mind, I'm going to start the tour just a little early and give you a tiny taste of stuff.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, and it's relevant to what we're going to be talking about. All right, so we're walking through the Dallas Makerspace. And this is the front lobby of it. Let me flip the camera around to the door. This door gets you into the member area. And badge in. And then right through here. Just as a bit of an aside, we got our 3D printing stuff to the left. But the thing of most interest for repairing power supplies would be this section.
Okay.
Yep, so
Where all the testing equipment is?
yeah, testing equipment, soldering stations, workstations, electronics benches, some spare parts and things that were donated.
I love this Mauser sign, this nice advertisement they got going here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, it's local, so
Oh yeah.
you do.
Okay.
You're tempted to order more from here than from DigiKey because the shipping is next day with Mauser, even with the USPS basic stuff.
Oh yeah.
And you know, frankly, we used to have Tanner Electronics right down the street, like practically across the street from here, but then Tanner's closed back in May, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's a shame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tanny's been around for a long time.
Yup. It got to the point where just, couldn't maintain their supply chain, essentially. It was getting hard to get the stock, the rent. They wanted to kick them out and make it go way up, and
Oh yeah.
it just got to be a thing. It's a tough business doing electronic surplus these days.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So yeah, if you think you want to come in here, there's plenty of components. These bins will have capacitors if you need capacitors replaced in the power supply.
Wow. EEPROM eraser here.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we've been finding a ton of those at Computer Reset.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been some programmers pulled out of there too.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have some EEPROMs I need to erase and program.
There you go.
Perfect.
And then, extra surplus, whatever you can imagine, like tubes of things.
Yeah. Hey, you guys know what Computer Reset was, right? You know,
Excuse me? Computer.
you guys know what Computer Reset was, right?
Not for sure.
He was a vendor up here in North Dallas,
Oh.
and he recently passed away. And it was like this office building, and this office building was just full of all these computers,
Mm-hmm.
various parts and things. And
Yeah.
there's videos on, I guess 8-Bit Guy has quite a few videos on some of the stuff they've dug out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a whole
YouTube.
bunch of us with videos. 8-Bit Guy, LGR's been there from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I've got a couple of videos up there of my own finds.
Oh, really? What'd you find?
A bunch of old keyboard stuff predominantly. It's tons of Model M's, Model M Industrial, Model F's, Model F-122s, SSKs, FATs,
Oh, wow.
and a bunch of, odd stuff like the Key Pro, the ones with the calculator even built into the corner as well.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And then just a bunch of obscure stuff, and plenty of computers and parts, and there's been folks that have found some rare video cards in there, although really the guy was focused on the industrial and office kind of stuff. There's not a lot of gaming and performance kind of stuff in there, but
Yeah.
you can imagine it's about 90% IBM. Although I did pick a 1000 out of there.
Very nice.
It was pretty well kitted out, although it doesn't boot.
Oh, wow.
So that might be one of our next projects.
Okay.
Before long, bring it up here and see how to get it past its black screen.
I think it's neat he had an Amiga.
Yep.
That's a pretty good tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've always heard really cool things about this place. You know,
Mhm.
3D printers, the test places.
Mhm.
I heard about a metal lathe.
Da?
Heard about that.
Cool, cool. Well, let's get back into the room, I guess. I'll give you the full tour
Yeah.
after we conclude, but I thought you might want to just see the electronics room in case any of that would be of interest to
Sure.
fixing the power supply.
Definitely an option.
Mm-hmm. Certainly not something you'll get at the Grand Prairie Library.
No.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I have to try out the 3D printers at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I recently picked up one.
Mm-hmm.
Have to see if there's, well, I'm sure theirs will probably print faster than mine can.
Yeah, those poly printers go really fast.
Mm.
And what I will say is that it's kind of maybe 2014-15 technology, but it was the top of the line technology at the time. So
Yeah.
still even nowadays, they're pretty nice.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, all right, so we're here to check out Ken's machine. Let's check it out.
Well, what do you think we need to hook up first, Ken? What needs plugging in, or whatever?
Yeah.
Would you mind manning the gimbal for a bit of an answer? You can use that stuff
Okay.
to move it around if you need to.
Okay.
So you've got the power supply hooked up to the motherboard, I see.
The gimbal itself is getting in the way, okay.
And, okay. Got all your hard drives hooked up, I guess, right?
I think so.
Okay. Lots of wires left over.
Yeah, I think it's a universal type power supply.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, what happens when we try it?
Let's try it.
Is this thing on?
Should be plugged up.
No, it's not.
There we go.
The light up?
No, it didn't work. I think.
This guy's on, yeah?
But the power strip itself might not be. There we go, now it is.
Yeah, there we go. Now the light's on.
No, okay. Here, bleep.
Bleep.
I saw something come on for a second.
Oh, it's warming up.
Oh, it is, okay.
Yeah. And now it's off. And now it's probably on. So anyway, give it just a second and maybe try turning on the power on the Amiga.
Which is where?
Towards the top. Black button. There we go.
It's there, and then that button on the,
Yeah. I don't hear a thing. Hear the fan.
Well, I guess make sure that power strip is on. Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how are you doing?
Doing good.
Hi, how are you
Hello.
doing? New.
Cool.
Hey, I'm Greg.
Greg, I'm David. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you, David.
I'm Ned.
Yeah, did you?
Ken?
Steven. David, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I've heard you guys haven't had a meeting in a while.
Yeah, basically March, we got locked out of the Grand Prairie Library, and then we haven't really opened that back up for public meetings, but I'm a Makerspace member, so
I can't
I figured,
remember.
hey, we've been open here since July, so why not?
So, hey, Ken,
I actually, 2 weeks ago, I sold,
what I would advise is just make sure you've got actual power through that. And if you want, we can actually try to run it to this power strip over here that we know works.
yeah, it's a mini Mac Power PC to, some guy, Johnny.
I'm gonna run this over this way.
Okay, but, and he told me about the meeting.
Yeah.
Well, okay, never mind, okay. I think we had problems over here.
Kitchen something.
There we go. Now I've plugged you in.
I can't remember his name, so you know if I have it here. And he told me about it because I need
And
to
that's
pay-
okay, because this is part of the testing process.
You got that thing in storage forever at 1,000 up to 500 and 1,200.
Okay, wow.
Sold them in
I
Orlando.
think this is a problem. I replaced the power supply. I think it just
Paying for
did
I
nothing.
1,000 for them, but I'll probably-
Really?
them?
I wonder if
Yeah,
I get a good
Well,
power
could-
supply.
So it's actually priced-
Well, the dead power supply, or there's other things too. I mean, your switch on the front may be bad, for all we know.
Yeah, 1200 might be close to 1,000 by itself anyway.
You apparently tried this at some point, right?
Yeah, after I replaced this,
Well, did the fan ever come on?
I don't remember, it's been a while. But I think, no.
Easy to find, like, videos how to do things, or even information.
So, is there a,
Okay, no, correct me if I'm wrong, some of these guys with power supplies are,
Yeah. And.
have intelligence and they won't come on
So I got you.
even when you try to turn them on unless, like you have a load on them or something, things
Oh.
of that nature, I think,
I think you're right.
so.
Let me bring a chair over here. Ned, if you want to use this.
Yeah, you know, one thing.
Okay, I'm not sure
There's
that's
a swap meet going on today.
gonna help any, but,
What's that?
What? A swap meet?
There is.
Neat.
So they're not gonna have like any Amiga stuff. It's gonna be mostly stuff people found a computer resetters or something they're at they want to get rid of.
No, that
Also,
sounds.
a ton of games too. Everybody always brings games.
Do they do that often?
Every
month.
newer
Huh.
power supplies.
It's not necessarily always there. Sometimes they have it other
There's like a
locations.
signal on one
But
of
the
these
Dallas Retro
things
Gamers
that needs to
Club
be
has been
present for the power to
doing this
actually
for
come
years.
on.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Like you know, even if you're getting power here, there has to be,
Yeah, that's
you
the
know, some,
pie top. It's got a
you
Raspberry
know,
23.
an open or
Yeah,
closed
keyboard.
connection
See it
on,
here.
on,
Really? In the corner, yeah.
on the cables running
Got a
in there
key
to
in
actually
there on
get
the
it to
tail.
activate, I think.
Amiga? Maybe it's based on the UAE.
Okay, that thing's obviously plugged in properly.
Yeah, so I'm like getting back into it, but I have to do emulation.
That's fine.
Yeah.
What is this
some of
a
it
while
works.
ago? Is
No hardware.
that the switch on the front?
Yeah.
Does it go up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Back here
maybe
going up.
that's, when it goes to the switch.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it.
I got lucky enough to get
Green
one of the
and-
500s.
Yeah,
With
that's
a black and
it, that's
kind of
it.
bluish green wire.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Going
Only
up there
based
to
off that
switch,
500
okay.
computer. It's almost like, you know, if it were me, I'd treat it like it's its own separate computer. Yeah.
Now, does that work with the Amiga OS, or do you have to use a different OS with that?
Oh, no, you don't have to use a different one, but you can use one of the.
I don't
Or
know
power
what's
key ones.
going on here.
Hmm.
What's in the tower?
I don't know, actually. Ken, what do you have in this tower?
Hmm?
What kind of machine is in the tower? Is it a 3,000,
This
2,000?
this is 4,000.
4,000, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Well,
So the big question we got with the power supply is, can the power supply run on its own unconnected?
Yeah.
Or does it have to have some kind of load on it to actually power up?
Yeah, always a good question.
Yeah.
Need a screwdriver?
I have some tools, but I don't know what to do with them at the moment.
That was over, yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's a modern power supply, huh? Because it's got all the SATA connectors on it.
We have a wire running from the power supply
Okay.
off of that
Mhm.
up to the switch on the top up there,
Mm-hmm.
power switch there.
Now, did you crimp this yourself, or was this something you found?
No, this is part of the supply.
Okay. So that was like that for you?
Hmm?
So that came like that for
Yeah.
you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had a 400 WB4.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Because I'm just trying to think, you know.
Okay, I have a multimeter if we want to see if we can find some power in there somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that we have power from the power strip to the power supply, you know, that cord.
Yep.
So we know we have it that far. We believe. Now you can always try another plug on that strip just in case that one plug just happens to be bad.
There's always a chance. I've had that happen before, too.
Well, let's see here.
Do I need to go find a really large resistor?
Yeah, maybe.
Really select this thing.
I'm gonna let you take this back for a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at a few things.
Sure thing. Yeah, go do some research, I think.
Yeah.
These things ought to be easily. Not a get either, what, 12 volts or 5 volts out of some of these things. I don't know that we're seeing anything, are we?
No.
No. So,
Yeah, big bunch of nothing, huh?
Big bunch of nothing.
hold on.
I'll try something real quick.
Okay.
I'll try a different port. Now we had at least a response from your monitor,
Mm-hmm.
so we know this one is receiving power. I'm gonna run it straight across.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah, just right in front of the monitor for right now. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. That's on. Nothing in power. I just thought I'd try these other buttons just to see, but I don't think they actually do anything in this case.
Okay.
All right, so that was just a shot. I'm gonna plug this back into the monitor now. Receive power. So did you ever get, well, yeah, you say you got the power supply working last time, right?
Yeah,
Last meeting.
but they said the power's a little low.
Mm-hmm. Good thing.
Is,
That's
They come from the button on the front label standby.
I never used it.
Okay.
It was-
Don't worry
Does that
about
just go
this.
into some jumpers on the motherboard, maybe?
Okay, so where's it plugged into the motherboard? And the switch is actually connected to the motherboard, right?
Okay, this is the power supply. Comes from the power supply. That's the motherboard connector right there.
Correct.
It's a different kind of connector that I'm accustomed to. It's like some custom Molex, and they might have crimped and splat into place.
Yeah, standby is not connected. All right, so that doesn't figure into it at all. The power switch is plugged in.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You don't happen to have the instructions that came with this thing, a manual for it or anything with you?
It's right back in the house.
I think, okay.
Well, we can look it up. See,
Well,
see if something's online.
I don't think a bid powers.
See if I can buy
You-
on Mac.
It's either that
Mhm.
or there's a signal that we need to get to it for it to actually turn on or something. I don't know.
A little power good kind of signal.
Yeah, or,
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting tower case for the 4000.
Why is that?
Oh, it kind of looks like it's a PC case. It
That was
says,
built.
I guess so, yeah,
by,
custom built for
whatever,
sure.
Some company in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Interesting.
if they're still in business or not.
Yeah, it's been a tough last several years for the custom builders for sure.
For what, for PC builders?
Yeah.
Okay. Why?
There's just not a lot of this, business demand for it anymore. People are putting more and more servers on the cloud, and so, people that are interested in gaming are, of course, doing their own stuff, but
Well, of course.
the enterprise things are kind of dried up.
Well, read off what that power supply says, and I'll see if I can find something.
It's a TR2 600 watt.
Okay.
it's a thermal tape.
Thermal tape, yeah.
Thermal tape.
Thermaltake, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see if I can find. I'm getting hits for it, that's for sure. Thermaltake,
Oh, that's neat.
and the manual.
L box. A4000 Zorro 2 and 3.
Okay, here we go. So here's a user guide.
Hmm.
And it looks like, I want to say it's about, well, it's got 3 pages. So let's see. Open as PDF.
Oh, there we go. There's a reset.
No, actually they're pretty simple. It's
Cool.
looks like it's in like 5 languages. And I guess it, okay. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, would you know that the English one's slightly cut off on the left side. Let's see, have that in caution, use. Okay, let me just. Seriously? Let's see. Give me just a second. And it's cut on the left side, that's pretty blah.
Might be me to get another power supply.
Yeah, Fry's shouldn't be too far from here. You might be able to still find one out there, maybe.
Thank you.
Prize is about, there's nothing there.
So this is
Yeah.
I
a
ordered
custom-
this online.
Is this a
Gotcha.
custom, like door
Yeah, so
board?
I think
This is
I'll-
on top?
That's
I've
true.
never seen
Micro
a
Center's
door
pretty cool.
board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Micro Center on Central Expressway and like
Spring
just north
Valley.
of 635.
Yep.
It's actually what Fry's used to be.
Oh, those are the-
Yep.
oh, those are the Zorro expansion slots, correct?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. You have a whole board.
But that's a third-party thing. It never was an original Commodore thing, right?
It looks like, yeah, an expansion
Okay.
for more Zorro ports on your computer.
Reset switch, power LED. Where's the power switch located on this board?
folks would love that.
This guy,
The power switch.
it's up right there.
It's that.
Okay. And which table is that? I'm just curious.
It's this one,
The black and green?
this one.
You brought some Jaguar goodies too?
Yeah, this is what I've been up to during the pandemic was
Mhm.
getting more into Zool, which
Oh,
Zool
cool.
is basically started on the Amiga.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of their Sonic, I guess is the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we have is what I started with them, of course, on the Jaguar.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got other Zool stuff, but mainly I like to collect for a lot of game mascots.
For sure.
And so I managed to pick up his first book, Cool Zool,
Mm-hmm.
which I haven't had a chance to read yet, but
Wow.
kind of gives a story.
That's pretty cool.
I got another book coming in.
I bet this is fairly uncommon piece to have a book written for the game mascot.
Yeah, it just kind of depended on the mascot, you know.
Mhm.
Sometimes toys were released,
Mhm.
sometimes cartoons were made.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So Zool actually got a kid's book or two.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was kind of neat. And maybe next time I'll have, maybe more Zool stuff to show off.
Cool.
Yeah.
How's he play through it all?
How's he play?
Mhm.
He's pretty fun. He's basically a ninja,
Mm-hmm.
and he has his throwing weapons.
Okay, I'm gonna
And
get
there's a guy version of his alien species, and of course this girl. They always kind of remind me of like Marvin the Martian.
Right.
And of course they're from Dimension N or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they go through all these levels. A lot of the levels they have like a candy level, they have an electronics level. And,
Oh, interesting.
oh yeah. So you just go through and you collect stuff, and then you fight the big bad who is Mental Block.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mental block.
Yeah, that's his name, Mental Block. He likes-
Interesting.
I think Mental Block just likes to make everything blah. He wants everything to be blah like him. So Zool's fighting that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, of course, it makes sense a martial arts expert would not be blah.
That's right. He's definitely to the extreme as they all were at the time.
Mm-hmm.
In the 90s. So anyway, that's my Zool contribution for today.
Mm-hmm.
I figure since he started on the Amiga, I'd bring him in and let everybody have a chance to just look at that for like 2 seconds.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty fun.
Let's try
You ever,
to
I
right
don't know, you have any game mascots that you've had fun with over time?
Probably Sonic is mine.
Oh yeah, Sonic is a popular one. Sonic and Mario.
Yeah, certainly played. It was kind of funny because my neighbor kid that had the game console, I was always the geek with the computers.
Oh
I
yeah.
would just play all the math games and stuff. But then my neighbor kid had Sonic, and then some of my cousins here had Mario. So
Oh, yeah.
kind of split between.
That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Otherwise, actually, no, I should reach for the ones really obscure. So the math games, really, there was a whole set by the Learning Company. And the Learning Company had a series called Super Solvers.
Okay.
And so this guy would kind of dress up in a little red cap and a puffy blue jacket with ridiculous blue shoes on. Or not blue, but red shoes on, and some kind of shorts that were just outlandish.
Awesome.
And there would be times when I would go around cosplaying as a Super Solver fellow in the backyard, and I would like leave clues for myself, written, you know, like they would in Treasure Mountain or something. And I'd go around with a net and try to be catching the clues and stuff like in the game. And so that's kind of like my playtime.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So have they, his name was Super SARS?
Super Solver.
Super Solver, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. So have they done very much with that character in, you know, current games, or?
No, not at all. I don't think he's been in anything probably since the mid-90s. Had Outnumbered from Math, Midnight Rescue for reading, Spellbound for spelling. There was a science one, Operation Neptune or something like that. I forget. I never had that one.
Oh,
It's
sounds
for
pretty
kids
cool,
a bit
though.
older than me
Yeah.
at the time, and just never got it. But
Do you still have them?
I do. The ones that I have, I still have. And then Treasure Mountain was the one for also for reading, but for younger kids.
Oh, wow. Well, you should complete the collection, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think a game mascot or character they're a lot of fun, and it's always fun to go back and see what you may not have heard of, right?
Right.
Or, you know, I've had game mascots where I'm like, oh, okay, you know, here's this one game, and then you find out they're on like multiple platforms,
Mhm.
and they release like 5 other games, and you know, and it's just fun to track sometimes.
Yeah, especially ones that you think are one-offs that, oh, they appeared somewhere else.
Yeah,
It's kind of cool.
they're part of a series, or this was actually a spin-off to this other thing. I mean, you never know what you'll find.
Mhm.
Oh,
So yeah, sometimes you got to bring in your collection, you know, just to show it off. You know.
Yeah, well, I dug up the boxes from my mom's house, so I still have the big box versions of these games.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, look into it. You know, I guess my challenge to you is see if they made any merchandise for them,
Oh, yeah.
or you know, what other games they have out there.
Mhm.
I've actually gone out and picked up you know, game copies for other platforms that I don't even have the games, you know, the platforms for. But
Mhm.
they look good on a shelf. You know?
They do.
Yeah,
Another thing was Carmen Sandiego back in the day.
that was a good series.
Of course, she was on TV and had the computer game with Broder Bun and all the other just media around her.
Oh yeah, I love the game show on that one.
Particularly.
Oh yeah, that was
There we
awesome.
go.
Rockefeller.
Okay, so that's working.
They got the power supply working.
Hey, hey.
Woo!
Yeah, I forced my wife to watch Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego with me not too long ago. It's for old times' sake.
Did you like the intro music?
Of course. I mean,
okay.
everybody remembers that.
Now, for what reason is
Oh!
the switch is not?
He's tricked it.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Okay.
So
Yep,
now
the
we got to
old
figure
power
out
grid
why
trick.
the switch is not doing the
Actuating.
same. So we should be able to
Okay.
put something there to trick this to start up,
Okay.
because maybe the switch is bad.
Okay.
You think it's the front switch that's bad?
It could be.
Yeah.
We could check.
Do they have any like
All right,
switch
that
parts
worked out
maybe over
great.
there?
Okay.
That's
Possibly,
a
yeah. There could
Tell
be.
you what,
Yeah.
let's do this. If I put check for resistance.
You know what I would do? I would
Should be
actually
the
just
last two.
I would just
I mean,
bypass that
excuse me, the-
switch, and that way you just turn it on at the
the
power
third and
supply in the
fourth.
back.
Okay.
Right, so you
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
jump that
Push
switch
it.
up front then.
Yeah. Either jump it on there, or you can jump it on the board.
Does that mean something?
Do you want me to turn it on?
Okay. No, we're just. Let's try that again now, okay. And the other way,
Okay, that should be off.
okay, and then.
That should be on. Okay, so the switch
That
looks like
appears
it's
to be
reacting.
working.
Hmm.
I think.
So the
Yeah.
switch test's okay.
Yeah.
Unless maybe the switch is.
So do we need to test the voltages coming off the power supply now that we've kind of spoofed the power good signal?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, well,
Make sure you got a proper 12 volts and 5 volts.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good
I
thing.
guess we could. Oh, okay, we can, yeah, okay, let's Yep. Where's that? Okay. Where's our little jump starter thing? That is here, right?
Well, the green and black. So let's look at that. Okay, so it should be these last two. I mean, not the last two, the third, yeah.
That one and,
So the black's power, what would the green be?
The green's I think the
Okay.
power, or the,
Green is the power
okay,
good
now turn that
signal,
on.
and black should be ground, yeah?
let's make sure that.
Black would be ground, yeah, that's
Mhm.
right.
Okay, it's spinning up now.
Okay.
So that's good.
Cool.
Sign.
Where was the,
It's certainly spinning up your hard drive, huh?
Yeah.
here's the one I was looking for.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cool. So we got
Ground, and that should be either 5 or 12 volts, 5
5,
volts.
close enough.
That's probably 12. Yep.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah, all
Now,
right.
does the Amiga board require a
Progress.
-5 in there too?
I don't know.
Because
but-
some of the old, like our old IBMs need -5 as well.
Yeah.
Well, but the disk drives don't, I don't think.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh, the motherboard light, I don't know. But-
Mhm.
Okay, so,
I should be able to pull this off. And
yeah,
Mhm.
and you didn't electrocute yourself.
Yep. It's low voltage, low current.
Okay, so that rules out the
Almost
power
sounds like that
supply.
little switch up there doesn't work.
That's, what it, and sometimes those
If
switches,
you wanted to, I mean, we could hook this thing back up
splice it.
and cut this in half and just wire them together, in which case you'd have to turn it on and off back there for the time being until
Yeah.
you replace the
See,
switch or
that's-
something.
That was my suggestion.
Yeah, I'm thinking that would.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
Does this
Grab
have a
some
tone
goodies.
generator?
A what?
A tone generator?
I have absolutely no idea.
The tone generator is really important because you can tell if there's continuity or not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to check.
I mean, I can grab one with tone if you want, I'm sure, from the other room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got,
Hey, Ned,
Cool.
Yes.
before we do that, I guess let's check the continuity on the
Yeah.
switch.
but what I've heard with switches in the past.
Oh,
You want to hold on to this while I go grab a
Yeah, go ahead.
one with the diode
When,
on it?
sometimes
Yeah.
when the switches go bad, it doesn't, I'll put like the correct power. When the power's
Okay.
coming into it, it doesn't,
I'm going to go grab another multimeter.
Okay.
is this
That's what we were trying to do earlier. We put this on resistance and, let's see here. Over there.
That was the tone generator.
We put this thing on resistance and then we plug the little plugs into there where the,
Oh, we don't need to cut the switch. I could short it from here to kick it on.
oh,
Sweet.
I see, here, I can see the switch and I see some metal exposed,
Okay.
which is typical. See that?
okay.
Let me just
yeah.
come around and
Okay.
see what you got.
Uh-huh.
Good, that way you don't cut it.
Yeah, right
Can you
there.
clip on there or not?
Yeah, we could do that, or we could use the paper clip,
Well, there's a,
but
there's a paper
that
clip.
would also work. So one's ground, which I could always ground the chassis,
All right.
but let me see if I get this. So that should. Okay, let's see if that powers up. Well, I don't think it's plugged in.
Okay.
Did you? No, we need to plug the main cord in.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yep.
Oh, yes, we do.
We actually found exposed wire.
Oh, okay.
on, so that I think might work.
Let's give it a shot then.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't. Unless there could be something another thing we could probably do is, there might
Okay.
be something grounding the board from starting.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have to probably take the board out of the case
Mhm.
and try to power it up that way.
Sure.
The paper clip.
Isolate it off
That's
the
not
ground.
working.
Okay, so we're gonna try the paper clip.
Let's turn it on. Oh, it's off.
Okay, ready?
Okay, let's power it on.
Here you go, on. Nope.
Okay, let me try shorting it.
Switch, yeah. I wonder if it's making contact.
We probably have It's probably getting grounded on the case.
Hmm.
That's why it's not coming on. I'm thinking, I'm not an electrician.
No, that's a good
I
theory.
think when I put it back together, I might have done,
So I think the only, I
caught
mean,
something.
personally, what I would do is take the motherboards off the case, put it on the table, and then try to power it. See if
You want me
it
to try one of these lines from the switch and see if it makes
Yeah,
short with the
that's-
case? All right. That's what Cal. Yeah, that one's. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so when it's all unplugged, right? Actually,
Yes.
let me certainly see
No,
that. Okay.
it's off now.
All right, let me hit the switch and just see what happens. So right
You
now,
want me to hit it for you? Or you
sure. Yeah, so there's nothing happening right now.
All right, hitting
And
it.
once you hit it, there we go. There's our contact. They
Okay,
can hit that
that's
again.
good.
That's good. But
So
now,
it's working.
you notice that when I hit the case like this, and then I hit each one of these leads on the switch, there's still some kind of there's a continuity between the case and either of these lugs here.
Fascinating.
So,
So you think there's an exposed part of the wire coming in contact with the?
Something,
back was off, this whole piece.
yeah.
Yeah, you could undo these and just kind of tilt the whole thing backwards. It looks like that's pretty simple.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we would have to.
I'm thinking that'd be good. I think if we can get the case away from the button wire,
Yeah.
I think that might help. That might be a good start.
Should brought an ESD bag with me or something, but
Just to see if it starts up that way.
I could take that if you want.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Whoop.
Unless you're having fun.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Cool. Actually, I wonder if anybody's left us any comments in the stream.
Oh, yeah, I should probably check that. Yeah, you jump on it. That's on our club website, right?
It is.
Yes.
We'll check that out real quick. See if maybe said hi
Go
to
to the
us.
club
Mhm.
website and look for
Oh, wow.
meetings and then live
It just
stream.
comes right out.
Also, Chris Long is supposed to visit us in a few minutes whenever we can drive down here.
That's good. All right, so.
And I mean, we could probably disconnect the hard drives and everything else that's attached. We probably have to get it off this.
Perfect. Wow.
I'm gonna unplug this from up top, just so it's not.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Hey, and there's our first live stream in December. We haven't done a live stream since August.
Okay, cool.
Live stream since August of 2019, right? Or,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Isn't that crazy?
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, they're kind of, getting kind of bent.
It got to be a bit far to go down that way, huh?
Yeah, right.
No, what I'm thinking is, so this is the 4000 motherboard, right?
Should be.
I've just never seen the 4000. Was this? Was this?
Yeah, it's an 060 there, yeah.
Oh, six, yeah.
Cool. Got the nice processor on it.
060?
It's an
What is
upgrade-
this
upgrade.
running? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Motorola 68060, so it's a,
Wow.
Oh, okay, is this the, what, Cyberstorm or,
Yeah, probably.
well, A4000 68060 Rev 2.
That's probably a Cyberstorm then.
Yeah, okay.
They didn't require heatsink back then?
yeah,
Wow.
not really actually. All the ones I've seen didn't bother.
Okay. What I would suggest is we unscrew this motherboard from this and pull it off. Well, you know what we could try is, let's see if we can power it on like this.
That would be
Before
one,
we-
but I bet that really the difference would be if you take this and just put it on the bare table.
And see if it does anything.
Mm-hmm. But this is a step in the right direction.
Oh, for sure.
And then I think if that doesn't work, I mean, we can definitely pull it off from here. If that doesn't work, start pulling off boards.
Yep.
Because you can even
Oh,
do
yeah.
a bad memory module for all what we know.
It's true. I had an Amiga 2000 that wouldn't start up at all until I just pulled off every single expansion board, and then I figured out which one was the problem.
Yeah.
It was a VGA card that was causing the issue.
Sometimes you gotta start from the basics.
Mm-hmm.
Start from the basics and move from there.
Wow.
Thing was fully loaded with cards though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I just haven't Yeah, I haven't seen it. I mean, so was this a 4000 or 4000T? Do we know anything about it?
Gee, well, I have no idea. I mean,
You bought it as a tower though, right?
yeah, I bought like this.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah, I'm guessing it would have been a T then.
Got 15?
You didn't assemble it yourself.
No. I bought this from, company Pennsylvania.
Yep. This just went upside down on me.
okay, let's try to power this thing on. Let me hook up the monitor. Oops. And let me put the monitor back in. Which one's, is it this one? 25? No, 25.
Be this one right here.
Oh. Okay. 23 pin, right?
Yeah, 23 for the video.
Yeah, we shouldn't need anything else as long as it pops up on the
Right.
screen. Power that up. That's separated.
You just turned it off.
Monitor is
Okay.
good.
No,
Is it on?
it's on. It's on. It's
Okay.
showing yellow now.
All right, let's go power and.
Screen flickered.
What was that?
Sounded like some speaker noise is coming from somewhere.
Okay, it's off. Let me try again.
Screen flickered.
Okay, powering off.
All right.
Okay. Hold on, let me try and just get free power out. Okay.
Okay.
Let's pull this board out. Let's just remember where it was.
Yeah.
I'm just paranoid, so I'm gonna take a screen picture.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to take picture notes as you go. For
Mhm.
What board is that? Do we know?
Not sure, it looks like it's USB controllers, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it is plugging into a bunch of these USBs in the back.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
That might be drawing some power.
Mhm.
Yeah, that could be. Ooh, okay, great. I'm gonna separate this ribbon. Let's keep let me take a picture, just see where that notch is.
Mhm. You got your red on the right, it looks like.
Oh, I see it. Good catch.
I'm going to turn this monitor
Mhm.
so that you all can see what you
Appreciate
got.
it.
We're separated.
Let's see, let's just do.
All right. Let's go try a second power on.
Okay. Much better.
Oh!
Hey, look at
oh,
that.
Come on.
Ah.
Come on.
Oh, it's a
Let me just switch
USB
this thing out
one?
here.
Come on.
USB board may have been pulling some
We're
power.
not getting video. Doesn't this have a switch down here? Gosh, memory's coming back. Man.
Your Amiga sensors
That's
are
pretty funny.
tingling.
Yeah.
Hang on
Hey,
a
there's a
second.
flash.
Well, I just moved the switch.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
trying
yeah.
to get it. I think it had to be all the way over toward the left side.
You're figuring out the input it needs to be on?
Yeah.
Get that a little bit
There
there.
is a comp or RGB. Let's switch it to RGB.
Are you sure the monitor is working?
Well, no.
All these
I
monitors
haven't
are
used
like,
it in ages, and he borrowed it from me.
Oh, wow.
But I'm not sure.
normally these monitors, I remember being workhorses. Preview. This probably was a video toaster monitor.
Maybe.
Back here we got some switches, by the way.
Mhm.
Looks like positive, negative, and
Have fun.
digital. We can try
Yeah,
that.
believe it or not, I've had some problems with some of these 1080s myself, so I'm...
And let me switch it over the other way. No.
Okay.
Hold on. Nope.
Okay, nothing yet on that. All right.
Okay. I don't remember this
It's
console.
very interesting.
Okay.
Does this use a
Let me
what
power
type
it
of video does this use? Is it?
RGB or RGBI or
Yeah.
composite.
So we probably don't have any of those in the other rooms in Makerspace.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I probably should have brought my couple of my monitors.
No, but I mean, it looks like the monitor's working.
Okay.
Okay.
It's got a
That's
raster
plus.
anyway.
Yeah.
So something about that USB, it could even be something here that is grounding.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got that one eliminated. Now we got to
Perfect.
figure out how to get the video working.
Yep.
Just this expansion slot thing is.
Do you have the keyboard for this thing? Is it plugged in?
No, we have it unplugged. But we showed that in the was it the Kickstart screen?
Right. Or at least a ROM selector or some kind of processor selector.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's an expansion card in there of some sort.
Yeah. So
Well, it's just Just wondering if we did a 3-finger reboot, if it'd do something.
I don't think, did the Amiga have that?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
Control Alt A or something.
Let's give it a shot. And of course, then also, remember the mouse also had a,
And
mouse is the one that's for the extreme,
this one?
that one right there, yeah.
Yeah. Just in case, gosh, this was probably 20 years ago, I had a bad experience with the 4000 that we were moving into a tower.
Oh no.
We were hooking up an 060
Yeah.
board on it,
Mhm.
and we got it hooked up and everything. We booted up, came up, and then we missed on the instructions that some software had to be installed first on the
Mhm.
workbench. Shut down, unplugged everything, installed the software, went to power up, and the mouse wasn't work. The mouse was unplugged.
Mhm.
So while the Amiga was was working, running, we plugged the mouse in and it shorted it.
Great.
Yeah, it was not good. We had to send that out to
This is the
repair.
top, the top one.
Okay, so we are off. So that's what I'm getting at. Make sure on the
Yeah.
Amiga, it's just everything is plugged in before you power it on.
That's a
Definitely.
good thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
bad experience.
All right, we ready to give this a shot?
Okay.
Now, on the mouse, for one of the modes, was it like a 2-button?
Well, if you hold it down there,
Oh, yeah.
side buttons,
To get the preboot.
Yeah.
on the-
Mhm.
Okay. All right, well, I guess hit the power button.
There we go.
Sounds great. Just, man, if it would post.
It's too bad you never get a beep or anything out of these machines.
No.
I guess release.
no,
Huh?
you hold it down until the screen comes up.
Okay, my bad.
It's quite
Just
too
switching.
big.
You gonna hit the reset button real fast?
Yeah. The
Reset. Okay, here goes. We'll see if that resets it.
That didn't flash. I don't think that resets on it. Oh, where is it?
It's the lower one.
Okay, it's going from that.
Yeah, this is this one. Yeah, it is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a really neat piece.
No, so we're not getting the video post. Okay. Let's try to figure what else could be causing the problem. So
I guess
if,
power it down.
so if I recall correctly, this still has the original 040 on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what we can do is let's pull the CyberStorm out, or if it's
Yep.
a CyberStorm, and it should default to the,
Regular kickstart and
040.
workbench, yeah.
okay, let's do this.
You can just shut this.
Yeah, let's set that down, and let me just push this to flush out in fleet power.
So we're currently in.
Did that react, the monitor right now, to the flushing out the fleet power?
It seemed like it did. I mean, I
Let's
guess
do
we
another
could
test. Let's power this up one more time. What I'm gonna do is let me unplug this hard drive so we don't
burn it out.
get it going up and, powering off, since these things are kind of on the old side.
They hate that, yeah.
Okay, cool.
This thing.
Oh, is that another hard drive? What is this? That looks like
Yeah,
a,
there's two
two hard drives?
Yeah.
All right, let's see, that might be another one. Oh, it's like a monster. Okay, let's wait till that, starts up, and then we'll shut it down, so we don't force it. And the good thing is with the drive, you can get an ID to SATA adapter,
Mm-hmm.
and use SATA drives on these. Okay.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Okay, we're gonna shut it off. I'll pull the plug here. All right, I'm gonna try pushing it, let's see if the screen reacts. I'm gonna get the fleet power out.
Yeah, that's weird.
So there's some little resistance, fleet power in
Residual
there.
electric.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, great.
All right, this might be
No, it's
Chris, maybe.
I'll let them in if you want.
Cool.
Just door just unlatches normally.
Yeah, you can just press the panic bar on and just open it up like usual.
Do you guys recognize what slot is this plugged into? What is it? Was it a type of Zorro slot or?
The A4000 Rev B board. I'm guessing it's a typical expansion board you would put this kind of thing into. I don't know if it's a Zorro though, straight
Oh,
up.
you're talking about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm curious. And we don't have any screws on here, do we? Doesn't look like it, so it should come straight up.
Yeah, just kind of wiggle it off slowly and carefully.
No, let me ground myself.
But, if you remove that, don't you, doesn't the 4000 and but the processor was always on the daughter board, wasn't it?
I think so on the
Oh,
main
no.
board.
Hmm.
Because I remember, I mean, again, this was 2 decades ago when I did the install was helping a friend out.
Mhm.
We never pulled out the 040.
Mhm.
Well, I'm thinking the 040 was on the daughter board. So if we pull this out.
Oh, can we tell what's
I'm not
below?
sure we're gonna have a processor left.
Can we tell what's below this card without having to pull this other one up?
Yeah, maybe we could get,
'Cause I don't know if these things have too many flex cycles in them.
yeah, make sure it doesn't have a.
It's got a couple of ROMs. It looks like I wouldn't call that proper processors, but it's certainly a wide dip socket kind of thing.
So we're gonna try to move this. Oh, that was easier
Super
than I
easy, huh?
thought. Okay.
Hey,
there's
all right, there
something's
we go.
connected. Okay, it's these plastic pins. One.
Oh, you know, the spacers
Two.
or whatever, yeah.
Okay, let's separate that guy. Do we see any 040 on here?
Ramsey.
There are the kickstarts.
ROMs.
41 Fat Gary.
That's it? Wow.
390540. And then these fancy kickstarts, cool.
Okay,
And then your
let's-
45 Ramsey.
Okay, great. Let's try to power this thing up.
Mhm.
All right. Let me unplug this other old drive from here.
Yeah, I mean, worst case, you'll just see it asking for a disk, I guess, and then you know we're in good
Yeah,
shape.
that's what I'm crossing my fingers.
Mhm.
Come on. Of course, we're not hearing any mechanical stuff because.
Well, we should hear. Well, I guess the power supply is pretty quiet. It was the hard drives making all the
No,
racket.
You hear the fan when it comes, when it boots up.
Yeah.
We did plug everything back in, right?
No, the fan's on. Yeah, feel it. It's those drives are so noisy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, you're right.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. So we're down the same.
So what's the end that goes into the monitor? It's 9 pins, right?
I'm sorry.
There's a 9-pin connector into the monitor, yeah?
Yeah, I believe you're right. It was a 9-pin.
Okay. Gee, I'm halfway wondering if I should just get one from home and see if it helps.
No, but it seems like we're getting it's pushing some type of video signal.
Because it's kind of lighting up as more than just being straight up black, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the issue doesn't seem to be this board. Let's power this thing down.
Don't see any more bleeding anyway.
Yeah, that's how it didn't react. Okay, so that's good. So this board is what's powering up the thing, because I guess Commodore had a non-standard power supply, was it, or on the 4000? I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember anything special about it. Then again, I don't have any experience with 4000, to be honest.
The desktop that I had a Commodore manufactured power supply for sure, yeah. I don't know how non-standard it was, but.
Let's pull this board out to see what's underneath, what type of connectors.
Mm-hmm.
You guys okay with that?
Sure. The Zorro
now?
expansion board?
Usually the restroom is just across and to the right or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that window door, and then just hang a right before that door.
Right, 2 screws is another one. Yeah. Okay, great. There was one missing here.
Oh, is there? Oh,
Yeah. Okay, 3. Okay, so it seems like it's okay, it's creeping up slowly, because who knows how long this has been here.
ever since I bought it.
Just make sure, okay, that is loose.
How's it going, guys?
Hey,
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah, no
It's been
kidding.
since
How
like
are you
January.
doing?
Doing all right.
Hello.
Good, good.
What about you?
I think the word is progressive, I think. They are learning what we all have to learn as Amiga owners, and that is sometimes when you want to try to see if something works, you got to strip it down to its bare.
Pull that
bare
out.
Should have
computer
probably
so
done
we
this.
all have the same
Oh,
boards on.
yeah.
Make sure that
Back
works.
around and do it like
And
this.
then, yeah, and then hope you don't have any screws left over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, nah, it's not
All
gonna
right, we'll leave
cooperate
those
now.
guys there for the moment. Just want to get this
Yeah,
thing.
and this right here, by the way, this is, Nick can tell you about it, it's a pie top.
Oh, really? Is it like so it's like a Raspberry Pi laptop type thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's an
Good,
enclosure.
good, good.
Making progress.
It has
Okay.
a USB and a screen. And he can show you this, he actually has. the
Another
Amiga
memory module
emulator.
right
Yeah.
there?
So it's a. Amiga
Got more memory.
Whoa, what's this? There's
What's what?
so there's something here on the motherboard.
Got a bit of corrosion, you think? Some battery?
Yes.
It looks like you took out a battery, it looks like.
Oh.
yeah, the battery was corroded.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess you have to check and make sure there's no damaged traces from this.
Yeah,
I've been running it,
Dual core Intel
after they
processors
took
and
the,
stuff, now,
the
you know,
battery out.
Mhm.
So, it worked okay.
Okay, so it worked okay after this, huh?
Okay. Let me
Good.
just get a close up.
Amazing.
Yeah, even still, hopefully they neutralized all that acid or else it'll continue to eat away at
You know,
the circuit.
It doesn't seem like it's been cleaned.
Yeah.
It only
Yes.
seems like they removed it.
I would think.
Not a
you're
super
right.
great job, huh?
Yeah, and this chip has lost its. Something's going on with that chip.
What
It's just
kind of
not
chip?
clean.
Oh, it's a resistor bank, probably.
Oh, that's a
It's
resistor? This?
No, I thought you pointed to this.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, right here, this chip, like, it doesn't have any info here. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not
Oh,
sure if
yeah.
there's a notch or something.
This closely, we could find what was printed on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, yourself?
Doing great.
Okay. Now, where did Commodore have the original power supply connected to?
Should be a, it's like a, it's like 24 pin, right?
Yeah, it's a modern power supply.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Oh, yeah, it's a, oh, thanks.
Oh,
I probably don't know, I don't know any more than this guy right here.
Oh, it was just this?
Yeah, that's it, right there. That should be it.
Just that?
It's probably gonna have a, standard AT, old school AT power supply.
So I guess that's it. We should be able to
Be careful, I don't know about doing that, but.
jump it.
Managed to jump it to.
Yeah, we're actually jumping it because we didn't know if the power supply worked.
And-
What-
Yeah.
So what was the problem with this one, or what were you trying to do?
It wasn't booting up at
It
all.
wouldn't even spin up the power supply at all. So then we figured we'd short it and then start working and then we started pulling off parts from it and then we get more and more into it. We were starting to get a raster, but no actual like.
Oh, so actually,
Video or
after you
anything.
push the button, the power supply doesn't come on?
Yeah, no, and what we figured out was the USB card that was, I think, bad ground or something grounding here, and it wouldn't come on. So
Yeah.
once we removed that, it tried to power on, but we wouldn't get a video post.
I think
Well-
the biggest challenge that we're getting is we're not getting anything really displaying on the screen when it comes up.
The only thing is this is, what, is this an Amiga?
4,000.
4,000 tower.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you've got, the problem is you've got an unless there's something I don't know, you've got an ATX power supply, and isn't this gonna use a standard AT power supply?
I think this has some type of
A
adapter.
converter? Oh, did this used to work or something?
This
Yes.
used to work with a 400 watt, same TR2, but it started. I guess these guys decided the power wasn't right, wasn't enough,
Wasn't
so
enough
I
for
got
it?
600.
Okay,
But it's the same, basically the same power supply.
okay, yeah, I just know that the connections are typically, you have to have the AT power supply actually had, which I'm guessing is that maybe this isn't a. And okay, you know what? I might be completely wrong. This is different than what I've seen, because usually a standard AT has like two pins two of them that fit together, and then they pop down on top of pins that come up.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's a Molex type of connector that's got 20 pins, and then the BTX is 24.
yeah, and then it has a button, but the difference is it has a button on the front that you push on it and it powers up, whereas these fire up, yeah, basically.
That's kind of what
shorten
this
the-
is. So this
Yeah.
is your, let's just see, 5. Yeah, this is your 20 pin connector here. But then this is what would normally be on the motherboard.
Yeah, but he's right. You have to short. Oh, and this is the pin. There used to be like two of these that come. That was the one connection I was talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. I know what you mean.
So, but now that you mention it, and I bet you one. Well, anyway, I know with an ATX power supply, you do have to short there's two pins that you have to short for it to power on.
Yeah.
So I know you're right about that. It's just like whenever I have a water cooling pump, and to power the power supply to pump everything out. I have an adapter though.
It's just spinning there loose. Yeah. Okay.
Loose standoff.
Yeah, it's just loose standoff, just spinning in circles, as long as it doesn't fall off.
You need a wrench
but-
or anything to tighten that up
Yeah,
in the
if I
back?
get to it underneath, is
Yeah, I'm feeling the screw right here, but it's just
spinning here?
spinning. This one's. Oh,
Uh-oh, came
well,
out.
That's probably a good thing. That it came off.
Now, what's on the other side? We want to make sure nothing's living down there now.
Nothing fell down into the. I think you short the motherboard.
Let me
Yeah.
check that.
I want to tap that a couple of times,
Mhm.
probably. Let's
Okay.
make sure we
Yeah, take
remember.
a picture of everything that you can. Yeah, is that,
Yeah.
that's a cool device, Steve, that you got.
Thanks.
What does it do? Is it just for?
This is a gimbal, so it just keeps, the camera
Oh,
steady while you're
yeah.
doing your stream. So I'm
Okay.
not like going like this and you're seeing that.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, all right.
You got comments?
We have a comment.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're doing it all wrong. From someone in Europe, probably.
You guys.
Used to run on SGI, it says.
Nice.
So you
All right,
should
let's try to
start
power
with-
this up, guys.
So you should start with cleaning the board and chips and give it some antioxidant spray.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah,
Yeah, we gotta get that clean.
yeah. So do you think they have any antioxidant spray over in the,
Are they thinking of like deoxit or something?
I believe.
Yeah, there's a possibility that the electronics room might have some. I know there's flux in there for sure. I could take a look and see what other kind of chemicals they've got. Why don't you hold on to this then?
Sure, will do.
Guys, you wanna power this one up? See if,
Yeah. See what we got.
okay, we don't see anything that shouldn't be touching anywhere.
Nothing I see.
Okay, power, let's hit the button. And let's see if the screen flashes.
Do you think we need a multimeter still or not?
This is not reacting now. I hear the fan. Let's switch back here.
You still want the multimeter or not?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
Hmm.
Let me shut this off for a moment. Okay. So we're still stuck on the same. That's not posting.
I like the pie top, Ned.
Thank you.
You have to have the floppy hooked up. Or
Greg was
it
kind
has-
No, it should.
telling me how
It
it
should
works.
post automatically.
It's just,
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's sort of happier if it would use a
Okay.
5.4.
So we're all the way down to the main board, and we're still have the same issue once we had the expansion board and the 060 on
Oh,
there.
wow, okay.
I am concerned about that corrosion thing.
Which corrosion was that? Did you have a battery?
where
Right
the
there.
battery used to be.
Oh yeah, that's always a problem with these.
Yeah, it seems like they didn't clean it properly,
So what's this little board? It's obviously got a
so that could be.
USB here. What is this board?
Okay.
And there's this chip here, which it doesn't, it seems to be, I'm assuming it's gonna be the same as these,
Okay.
but we don't have any labeling.
That's the Pi 3 board there.
Yeah.
We definitely gotta get that
This is,
cleaned.
this little.
I'm sure we can get some battery cleaner from an auto parts store
Plugs into those.
or something to wipe it down.
Oh.
We're looking to see if we got some oxygen cleaner in the bay over there.
Yeah, all
That was what was advised online, by some of the guys chatting on the YouTube video.
It runs somewhere else, but, I have never.
Just for the heck of it, I'm gonna pull this memory and reseat it.
Want to tinker with it.
Oh, yeah, maybe you kind of.
This
move
old
stuff
sim.
Over here to these little ports here.
Yeah.
That's cool. So it's like I think it's some kind of hub that adds additional functionality.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Okay,
That's super cool.
let's try to power this guy up.
I have a few complaints about it.
Come on.
There's trade-offs, I'm sure.
I hate those trackpads.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll hit them with your thumb sometimes when you're trying to type and.
Ah,
We got some deoxit.
Nice.
So the SD
Okay,
chip
let's
that goes
power
up
this thing
there,
down.
Check that. Oh yeah.
really awkward to switch out.
And let's flush the fleet power.
You can't get your fingernail up under there.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have anything like paper towel or something?
Let me grab some paper towels.
If
Oh,
you-
Okay, got rid of fleet
Absolutely.
power.
You guys gotta stack them at
You
home.
can kind of slip that under there and pull it out with that. And I really wish this thing had a, power light on here or something. Let me know that the thing was either turned off or turned on.
Yeah.
And as I was telling them, I really wish I could get a Pi 4 configuration so that
They'll probably come
Cool.
up with one at some
so
point.
that I could basically use this as my machine, but when I'm at home, I could use the
I don't know.
other HDMI
if
connection.
when I think,
Come out of there to that big screen in
when I
front of me.
rebuild everything, it takes like 4.5 hours on this.
Yeah, I know, right?
And it takes about 20 minutes on my Amiga
It's good
Pro.
stuff though.
But you know what? It's fun when you get it working. So don't lose heart. Have we tried seating all the chips, by the way?
I just did on this one, I reset it to sim.
How about the ROMs? Pretty much anything socketed.
Yeah, I guess I don't have a ROM puller, I'm always kind of paranoid with
You got me to
those.
check and see if they had IC extractors?
That'd be
Oh,
cool.
that would be nice if they got that. Do they have that stuff?
If they don't, we're gonna go somewhere else.
Apparently.
So does it not power on now, or what is it?
We're
You
not
want to
getting,
just move
we're
the
getting it,
electronics room maybe?
Yeah.
we're getting it
I
to
know.
power now, what it wasn't doing before, but we're not getting the post for the kickstart screen.
The only thing is I know that there might be jumpers that have to be set for whenever you have the 04 or 060 board connected or not. Was this connected before, or are you trying to add it on?
No,
It was
that was
connected.
disconnected.
Okay, I know that you might the jumper pin configurations, like this jumper here. Those, there's certain configuration. I know this because I've got mine at home that I've had to, once I take off the 030 board, it won't boot anymore, and because there's jumpers that I'd say, okay, if you have an 030 board, you plug this in, and if you don't, so that might be something to look up also, because I personally don't think that it's a matter of the chips being seated or anything like that, because those,
That was just something I like to check when I look up these
absolutely,
things.
yeah. Just push down on them and stuff like that. But if you're doing like extracting them and stuff, I don't know, unless you see something visibly. That's just
Yeah.
been my experience.
No, I agree.
But that's an 060 too. Nice.
Yeah, right, and,
It's still slow.
Oh yeah. Fair enough.
Well, I do agree with your jumper idea, though.
Yeah.
But the way, it worked.
Huh?
It worked fine
Like
a year ago.
Yeah.
a year ago.
And the only
And
difference is the power supply.
Yeah,
And do you have the old power supply still, or did you get rid of that?
Back home.
Okay.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
that could be probably repaired.
Well, I would just say to compare the two, like what's needed and what's not.
And of course, there's two kinds of IC extractors. This isn't the clippy kind.
Yeah.
It's like the bent screwdriver kind, which is, some people prefer that anyway.
The clippy kind, I don't know, I'm like, "Grrr," and then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
The clippy kind is still kind of a risk sometimes.
yeah. So
I usually just kind of rock it up on one side and on the other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I've had my experience with bent pins on these things, and it's not a fun thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
You don't have to bring it all the way out. Just enough to kind of unseat it and then push it back in.
Okay, we'll just do a little bit more. Okay, let's push this guy back in.
There we go.
yeah, that's a good sound
That,
actually. Yeah.
that's a great sign, I think. Boop, boop, boop.
Just a little bit more here, and then we'll. Okay, let's push this in. All right, let me give you that, so we don't lose those tools.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should be good with this.
Yeah, just set it aside. It's
Okay.
cool. Yeah. So we've cleaned up the corrosion area, huh?
It looks like it at least should have at least neutralized the acid, because there seemed like it was acid back there.
Together and-
Gonna do whatever. Yeah, we're gonna.
Wait a minute,
Oh,
I think I see a problem,
Yeah.
guys. Is it me? Hold on.
Now, is there a PC speaker on this or not? We got a question in the stream.
No, not
I
to
wouldn't
my
think
knowledge.
so.
I
Yeah,
don't
then-
think
No,
so.
I haven't seen anything on the motherboard.
Yeah, it didn't look like there's
I've
anything
never,
in the case either.
yeah, I've
So-
never heard of PC speaker on an Amiga actually, but I don't know if there'd be like, I don't know.
Shit,
There's probably maybe one built into the case sometimes, but
guys,
Yeah, not here.
I found the problem.
What
What's
you
that?
got?
That acid ate away the pins on this chip.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
There's
Well, do we need to reflow it then, or what do you think?
we probably need another chip
Mm-hmm.
or someone that knows how to dig through the plastic on here to be able to attach those pins. We're missing a couple of pins. I don't know if you
Okay.
want to zoom in on that with that.
Yeah.
I think it.
So
I think it should still
here,
boot
if you
up.
look
I've got
here,
Amiga
these are
4000s at home, and they'll still boot up. The same problem where the battery acid's gone everywhere. I
There
feel
we
like it should still give you something,
Something.
on the screen.
We're cleaning
That's
this up.
and I,
Yeah.
Cleaning it up helped us at least find that.
yeah.
There's a lot of uncertainty, like.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Go
a
to the
flashlight,
hardware
great.
so we know
You want to hit it here.
most of the stuff works.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I thought
So here it seems to be like the pins are
just
Oh, here we go. Again,
compared with
power supply,
these.
we're good.
Yeah.
And it still has a label, so I'm not sure if these are the same chips. But that
But
could be a
it's
problem.
and jumpers on the motherboard.
Nah, I think you're right.
what does that do?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
Don't know that we
I
know.
know,
And it might be something
my-
that can
my
just control
4000s,
the,
I've
who knows, the
broken them
CMOS, the
out. Whenever I
clock
take off the
battery.
board, it's
So
like-
it may not be an
it doesn't
issue in
like
a chip
it.
boot
Jumpers
like
for
he
what's-
says, but
Right.
definitely.
30 boards on there.
See if we get any input from the peanut gallery, you know, from online.
Super finicky.
Yeah, these old ones where you have to have everything lined up just a certain way. There's no
Exactly, so-
tolerance for
Yeah.
incorrect configurations.
So that's kind of what I thought.
Well, would you like to look at our soldering capabilities in the other room then?
Yeah. And is anybody good at soldering?
I do surface mount stuff.
Oh, you do?
Mm-hmm.
So
SOIC isn't that difficult. I do smaller than that even.
Oh, so you think you might be able to try
I
to
can give it a
repair
shot,
if Ken's
sure.
up for it?
As long as we got, enough copper left that I could try some drag solder, maybe we could reflow those pins and see if it helps.
Yeah, or if not, we can get, don't these have like a little, like lead paint that you can draw the
Yeah, I think so. There's
marker?
there's definitely circuit pens, but then there might also be, I think that a friend of mine tells me that he uses a fiberglass pen
Yeah,
to push away
Yeah.
corrosion.
Oh, I know which one you mean.
Huh.
But again, we don't know what those chips do.
Well, if we just, I'd have to look it up real fast.
I'm gonna get a photo of that to see if all three of them are the same.
Let's see, what do we have?
See if we
Try
get.
to download the motherboard name. Yeah, definitely. Power supply.
No, this one's a different animal.
Different from,
from these other two.
oh, okay.
Different numbers and specs on it, still info on it. Let me try getting a photo. It looks like it's a Motorola. Wow, that darn acid ate away in the contacts.
Did we want to try removing this board from the back case just to see if that?
No, I don't think that's the problem anymore.
Okay.
I mean, it's powering, it's just not displaying.
We're not
Right.
getting a post.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, that's progress in my book.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So, what I'm gonna do right now is let's start reassembling this how it was. Do we have a paintbrush by any chance, just to clean the dust off?
I'm sure I'm half tempted to have us move back into the workshop if you want.
That probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you though, if we could remove it from the board, it might not be a bad idea to also clean it and inspect it.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
true. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it. Just
'Cause there's a bunch more supplies back in those areas.
okay.
It'd be nice not to have to walk back and forth.
Yeah.
So let's do that. Let's up.
Oh, and you know what? There's even a whole
Dude.
kit of standoffs like this too back there as well, in case we need to replace anything with this one.
Oh, wow.
All right. Great.
Yeah, and I don't see anything on the jumpers that for this one. Maybe that's the A3000 that's more finicky with when you add on the daughter board or to add on the accelerators. Then you have to set the jumpers because I don't see anything listed that you have to do that on the 4000.
Hmm.
So that's a good sign. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Let's pop this off to see how the underside looks. Before that, okay.
Doesn't work now.
All right.
has it ever worked with this power supply?
No,
No.
because it worked with the old one, the 400.
Yeah.
And the pins are exactly the same between these two, right? Like the same 20 and the same configuration.
Yeah, because it's all one piece,
Mhm.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's what because I know there's differences between AT and ATX power supplies, and I thought we had to have an adapter to do that. But maybe it comes. But I don't know what they look like, and maybe that's what it looks like. That is.
Hmm.
Yes, Ken?
I wish I would have known. I would have brought an extra
What's
power
that?
supply.
I know. You know how many I've had sitting around at home right
Yeah,
now?
I've got a. Yeah, I've got
Okay.
a few.
Well, you never know. There might be some lying
Let
around
me
here
take a
too,
picture of
anyway.
that.
Ken, this little thing
We're only 10
right
or 15 minutes out, Mom.
here.
Doesn't
This,
feel like waiting
this
around
is,
for you.
this is something you bought, I think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's.
That's
kinda-
part of the
I mean,
power supply.
Yeah,
That
okay.
came with
Kind
it.
of-
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I was on thinking Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was here because I'm subscribed to your YouTube.
Mhm.
And so it came up and said, hey, we're going to have this coming up. And I was like, hey, is that today?
Mhm.
And so,
I figured that social media got you glued in.
yeah, exactly.
That's
So,
good.
Let me take a picture of this
Yeah, this is a
one.
good turnout.
yeah. Because I see the emails too,
Mhm.
but usually, it's been like, it's canceled again or something
Yeah.
like that. And, or, and to be honest with you, in Burleson, it's like, I can't make that drive.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like,
Already 38 miles from Capital One.
yeah,
Just from-
yeah.
I pulled it from here, not
exactly,
from there.
So I was like, whatever we did.
Oh,
there.
that's
So
the
I
floppy.
appreciate you
All
guys
right.
coming out there.
Hmm, okay.
Oh, that's what it,
How you guys.
Floppy
okay,
and
that's where
ID.
that goes. Oh.
Yep,
Likes
right.
to do
Yeah,
all
floppy.
the stuff, yeah.
No,
In the
no,
back
no,
rooms.
no.
Right,
IDE.
bad for you, Ned, or?
Jeez. I couldn't find where this floppy went.
Oh.
Oh,
It was about 30 minutes for me.
now we know.
Where's Johnny still? You talked to him or?
I got an email from Johnny today saying that he's sorry, but this is the first time in 2 or 3 years since he's had the job he's had to work on Saturday.
Oh, geez.
Hey, that's
Had to work
part
on
of
it.
it.
Did I
I'm
get
just
all
glad
the
to hear that
screws?
he's okay.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. So.
Yeah.
Are these?
The post also hold them in, yeah.
Posts.
I can run the camera if you want to run around.
Yeah, go ahead. That's,
Okay.
That's cool. Let you take over
Okay.
for a bit.
All right.
Trouble with it.
And probably slides out of there.
I'm gonna take a picture of this so I can reference that.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I always want to see how that. I want to know how that works because all mine have power supplies that are different. So.
Oh, we gotta remove these posts.
Yeah, yeah. Once you remove that,
Oh,
it should
wait a
slide right
minute.
out.
Yeah.
Gotta remove those and all those other ones, yeah.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh, yeah. This is an adapter because this is the
That's
switch
the
that goes
switch.
up there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because most AT power supplies always have that switch, and so okay. I'd be curious
Now-
to see. Oops.
The other thing you may want to consider,
No, that's too
these,
big.
these probably need removing
That's the
too.
smallest I got.
No, okay, we need a smaller one.
Oh, I need a smaller nut driver.
Yeah, to be able to get this, or some needle nose or something.
Yeah, again, plenty of stuff in the back room.
Yeah, I think we need
I
that.
think Ned has.
I have needle nose pliers.
Oh, let's see, this works.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, these little things you'll drive
Oh
yourself
no,
nuts
yeah,
with,
the
and
finicky nuts on these
this-
things.
yeah,
Yeah,
you get it off, and then there'll be
never get it back on again.
always one of those.
Fun. What's that?
It's coming.
Oh, those.
Oh yeah, the screw's coming off now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have to watch out. There's a nut usually on the other side that might be twisting with it and
I think so.
just fall off.
Okay. Okay, it's coming.
All right. All right. All right.
It doesn't seem to have a nut.
Isn't this one gone?
No. It's,
Something to look for when we get it out.
I've done so many. I've been working with different models, and different models have different qualities about them. That one more aggravating than the other, and I've lost the little nut fall off from the back side, and yeah.
Amazing, huh?
Hmm.
Well, the neat thing though is at least you're in a place that has the tools to,
Yeah.
do repairs.
it was about the library.
I took an audio electronics class
Mhm.
at Collin this
There we
last year, and
Nice.
just some basic. We did some soldering stuff. It's centered around audio and just some doing basic electronics. But I
Oh boy.
built it was like a DIY oscilloscope thing,
Mhm.
and it had about like 120 solder points on it. So just kind of
Mhm.
learning all that. I tested all the voltages, everything worked fine. Hooked up the LCD, and it won't detect the LCD. I mean,
Oh, no.
it comes up with a display, and it's going. It's like, it's for the final project. And the
No.
professor's like, that happens. Lots
Yep.
of, he said, you test the voltages, you do as much as you can, and so.
Sometimes you just can't figure it out.
Yeah,
that
well, I
was
didn't have
there.
into that amount of time, but
Mhm.
still fun. I learned a lot about
Also consider
testing
these
the
at some
different
point.
resistors and
Mhm.
different things.
I forgot about those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Stacy
it's
used
all
to do a
good.
lot of audio stuff.
Looks like what it is. It's
Yeah,
cables
and
that go from
the classes,
here
it was
underneath
like a sound, part of their
into
sound
here.
engineering course
Mm.
setup they have out there for that stuff. And I was more interested in the electronics part of it, but
Gotcha. I mean, yeah, it's a nice tie-in though because you learn a lot about analog
in
stuff
both
and the
of
sound.
them. Yes. Yeah.
What I like about the sound classes too is you get this tangible notion for what things are
used
doing,
for, yeah.
even if it's like Z transforms and mathematics or convolution.
Yeah.
Like okay, it's great to see this complicated looking integral and everything. When you can hear what it sounds like, it makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And we did other stuff like building cables, like TRS
Oh,
to
geez.
something like that. And so,
Yeah.
because they were.
Well, good. Next time, Stacy, we all go out to dinner. She'll nerd out.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
With you.
Of course.
She's done a ton of cable stuff. She used to be on HeadFi and selling stuff out there.
Yeah. Oh, wow, that's a good. Every time I look up receivers and look
Now,
up audio equipment, I'm always on. That's one of the
And there-
websites. That one and
once you
Audio
get the,
Karma
extra-
and some of the
They
other
may
ones.
have some small soldering drivers that might help that.
Yeah, she
go
used
back on a
to
little
do
bit
that
easier.
stuff about 15 years ago or so, probably. But then,
Live
like,
is-
yeah, well, no,
Yeah,
not
started
really,
easily.
actually. Like, there was an episode of Undercover Boss
Right.
where they were like
9-pin
Boston
connectors.
Market, and this guy goes,
No,
customers
these
are
are-
like little
I think they
bitches. That's what
just-
he says to the
They seem to
trainee
be
person
connected
who's
to a
actually the
motherboard.
CEO of the company.
Correct.
Okay, so we shouldn't
Needless
need
to say, he was canned, but that's pretty much Stacy's opinion of a lot of the people.
Yeah, they should
that
just
started
pull
hanging
right
around
out
those
if they're
forums,
not
like,
screwed in.
customers
I
are
don't think
little
they're screwed in.
Yeah.
They'll just nitpick about every little thing.
Everything. It's always a race to see
Oh,
who's
your cables
right
over
or,
there
you know,
have-
kind of one up and shit.
Yeah.
And she even had a
Little
professor,
cable
not one of her
Oh,
own
I see what
professors, I
you
think, but
mean.
Yeah,
another
they're-
professor.
they're
at
extenders
Northwestern
is what
was
they
really
are.
big in
Hopefully
audio,
I didn't miss
and they were
that.
going at it all
There
the
we
time
go.
on
There we
this
go.
forum.
Let's see how things look.
Don't you know I'm a
wow.
student?
Pretty
You
clean.
can come over and
Okay.
talk
Show
to you about this
yeah,
in person.
Exactly.
We can stand.
That's
Something fell off.
hilarious.
but
Yeah,
a
some
little bit of fluff.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got some corrosion on this side, huh?
Yeah,
Nothing
has been a
there.
moment.
This has never been removed.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah, this looks clean.
But now we have it.
Yeah,
We
I
can-
don't see anything that's
Oh, just
really,
some dust, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, it's perfect.
So we can take it over
You
to the
probably- yeah.
to the bay now and
Mm-hmm.
clean it up a little bit.
Give you a chance to even tighten down that one riser. Or
Yep. the
Do we have
sand off.
anything to put this in? I don't want to carry this just to avoid static.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There might
You know,
be an
just
ESC
take it on
bag
the
there.
metal
right?
tray.
Take it on the tray, yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, we're taking a trip. Here we go again.
Alrighty. I'll go
Okay.
Which way? Who leads?
I will lead the way. I'll flip back and show everybody what we've got going on as we lead the train. We got, again, the front room of the Dallas Makerspace. And our Polynesia custom-themed pinball machine. That is a retheme of a Student Prince game from the late 1960s. And now I gotta go get my key. These other things.
Yeah, we'll definitely use that in there.
Yep. All right, now
Always a good thing.
badge this too. Where am I pointed up? There we go. This is extremely finicky. Come on.
Are you recording that, do you have a combination for us?
No, I don't know what the numbers are on that actually. All right, so we'll head back into the electronics room or area once again. Yeah, definitely. And so you can just pick any. See where we're going to go to town on.
Actually, let's use this magnifying glass. Let's see the damage.
Yeah. There should be even some more light under here. Well, maybe not, but there's usually.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, hold
There
on,
we
I think
go.
too. You can get plenty of light.
And can we get this one? This looks like one of those IKEA ones. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, and if it's not working, there's switches on the sides of all these things that might be off too.
Okay.
So it looks like that one's on and that one's on. So
Oh, yeah.
as we go to town, we're taking this out to the big guns for sure.
Yeah, this is.
Hmm? Oh yeah, this was from right there. I'll put it away for you. It's kind of next to where the rosin flux container is and all those spray bottles.
Perfect.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Attack of the acid. Try to download the motherboard manual. Look at the schematic.
Hey, look at that. The pins are gone.
The pins are all gone, huh?
The pins on one side are all gone.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, we can look at it through the magnifying glass on here too. And yeah, there's not much left. Geez, that thing is. Well, it's an HCT
Yeah.
174A, which leads me to believe it's a 174, which I don't think there's an SOIC variant of that here, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's a through-hole kind here.
You think the pins can be reconnected at least, or is there?
We would have to dig into the side of that.
Yeah, probably would be best to desolder it and then clean it with a fiberglass pen or at least some flux and or something like that.
Okay.
So if we want to go to town with that, I'd be willing to do that for us.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, if you're good with it.
Yeah, I wonder if that chip is still
Like I
available.
said, it doesn't
Oh, I'm
work now.
sure you can find it from Mauser or somewhere still. Yeah,
Might as well
Big
shop.
deal.
Yeah.
it's not something they sold at Tanner's because Tanner's wasn't
Hey,
doing the surface mount
I'm
stuff.
gonna
but-
leave this here so you guys can talk to our friends.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go get my lady something to eat real quick, and I'll be back. All right.
Okay.
No, do we have anything? What do we have to clean?
Lock or what? Or I guess
There's
the doorbell. So.
a lot of different things out here on the cleaning
Yeah.
board. There's isopropyl alcohol, there's flux, there's deoxit. There might be a fiberglass pen, but I'm not sure.
Oh, currently 4. All right. And I guess I'm one of them.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I may still be logged in over there.
I'm gonna dig a bit on that.
Yeah.
Oh, let me see. There's an open one.
I'll be right back.
Making a mess. Oh, here's one. Is that open? No, they're all closed. I guess. Is it okay to go ahead and open it?
Sure. Well, what about the spray ones? The spray ones might work too.
You mean these?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Yeah, this will work.
There's various fluxes as well if you think you want to resolder anything. There's acetone if that's helpful. I don't think acetone would be helpful for this, but
Maybe just to clean this acid out. Yeah.
so typically what I do is, some baking soda and then some vinegar as well. Because that way it'll neutralize the basic and the acidic battery chemistries.
Yeah. Do we have any of that here?
'Cause
Yeah, I don't mind doing
I
that.
wouldn't be surprised,
Cool.
but
Back shortly. Good luck.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I will look around for some baking soda and vinegar. Would one of y'all like to run this? So basically, you just can hold onto it here, and if you want to adjust the camera, you can
No,
use a
I'll
little
just
direction
hold
stick.
it,
Okay.
that's all.
Okay. Just make sure it's pointed at something good. All right. Yeah, we got a chemical closet. I'm thinking probably.
You want to come on here and look through here?
Would be the most likely place for baking
Clean
soda
it.
and vinegar.
Just trying to get any.
For cleaning it.
Yeah, just to clean out the corrosion, and then, if we find a fiberglass pan, then we can start eating away at those traces that are gone, and there's likely to be some wire clippings or something if we need to dig into.
So, there's like some.
Yeah, so here, these things seem to be completely gone. Those pins
Yeah,
on that side.
wish we knew what they were, that chip was.
Yeah, actually, we could definitely see the chip, the numbers and the information still on there, which is a good thing.
For, this kind of
So you can find out what it's for.
Yeah, that would be, someone definitely out there should probably knows. Yeah, from here we can't see it, but I got a good picture with the camera. Let me get that back. All right. Now, what did I leave my phone? I think I left my phone someplace. I probably left it in the room.
Your phone?
Yeah.
It's probably in,
Yeah,
it's
I left
probably
it in the
probably
room.
is.
I want to take get a better look at that. Let's see if this dry side we could use. Do we have any cans of air here?
I don't know.
The cleaner. No, that might be a commodity here. Well, it seems like it's drying up. Let me get that to see if I could zoom in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is kind of interesting how this thing works.
What's your phone? Let me go see if your phone.
There we go. There we got a nice picture of the chip.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it should be on the screen right now on the computer.
Oh, yeah. HCT 174?
A?
A.
Yeah. All right, let me hand that back to you. That's great. Okay, good. Now let's wait till they come back. That's all we can do. Let me see if they have a brush or something to clean off some of the dust. Brushes. Oh, that'll work, that's not, oh, wait, even these little things. Oops.
Okay.
All right, let's use this. We got some of the dust still.
Used to have a small vacuum
Oh,
for this kind of thing.
yeah, that would be great.
I don't think I've ever used it.
But other than that, it looks like it's pretty clean. I think we're good there. I'll put this back. All right, I guess we're done here. Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. There's a trash can if you want to.
All right, yeah, thanks. Let's put it there. Oh, let me shut this light off. Okay, great. Let's get back, I guess.
I'll get it.
All right, thank you. Yes.
This is it.
Okay, so let's do the fun part and start reassembling everything. This one is loose, 2 loose ones. All right, let's get these tightened up. Something. Do you have another, like a little plier?
A little what?
Maybe a tiny plier or something? Oh, I think I got it. Actually, no, I got it.
I
That
don't
wasn't
think
turning.
I do have anything else like that over here, no. Only ones I have.
Okay, I think I got it actually. Let me just check these other ones. So those two. There's another one loose. There's a couple of them that are loose.
I don't think I caught your name,
David.
David.
I think we're good now. All right, let's start assembling this guy up.
Would you like me to add you to our email distribution list.
Please, that would be great.
Okay. Let me find something to write on. Okay.
We got it cleaned as much as possible. Also, with that, we were able to zoom into the chip and the corrosion. So that
Did you try to
worked.
reflow it or not?
No, I don't think we could without the. It seems like we have to dig into the side of the
Okay.
chip to get to it.
Yeah, so you'd rather just wait then
Yeah,
until we have a fiberglass pen or something like that.
yeah, we're trying to get a fiberglass pen. If not, see if that chip's available to probably just replace it.
Yeah, just go on to Mauser later on tonight and just buy yourself a 74 HTC 174 or 74 HCT rather. I think that's what it was.
Okay, what's your last name? David?
David Manchino, it's MAN
M-A-N-C-H.
CH.
Email address? Proton.com.
Proton Mail.
Mail.com.
Proton Mail.
Yeah, I've got a
I do too.
Proton Mail account
Any
as well.
of those I want to use to make sure Big Brother's not
Okay.
watching.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with all the craziness going on.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, I think I'm gonna have to be running along. My wife's gonna go nuts if I don't get back home soon.
Alrighty.
Gotcha.
Well, thanks for coming out.
Yeah.
And thanks for
Do
helping
we
us.
want to try and do this again next month?
I don't see why not.
If everyone's down with it, then yeah, I'd love
Works for
this.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically same time, the second Saturday of January?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, very good then.
Okay, cool.
Tell Johnny, tell him I'll pay dues. I think I owe dues on that, or
Okay, well, we'll,
figure up on that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to host it
Start
here.
going again.
okay.
Yeah, I think this is a cool spot to have it. Obviously,
it's
we've
fun.
got
Yeah. Especially
all the
with-
resources to work on things.
Yeah, I want to bring some of my stuff. Well, whenever hopefully my old thing went off and said, because I always set a notification for it.
Mhm.
It said, and it beeped at me and said, "Hey, you've got MCC tomorrow."
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay. And that's whenever I saw your notification on YouTube. Hey, it's going on. I'm like, wait a minute, today's Saturday. But yeah, well, that's good. That's even better.
Yeah, it's
That
really
works even
good.
Better. So Saturday in.
Yeah, I
I'll
think
bring some out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I need five more.
So I guess only Howard is really disappointed in this location, huh?
I don't live that.
Yeah.
I'll return to the needle no sign.
Yeah. And
I don't live that far.
that's fine. Yeah.
And even then, I mean,
I think he was concerned about what everyone thought, kind of the consensus. But it sounds like, like Ned, if you're all right with it, and if Johnny and everybody else,
he was complaining that I hadn't answered anybody, and I was the one sort of taking the survey. I mean, I know what I'm gonna say. So,
Yeah.
You need any help,
no.
Ned? All right. I'm just standing around, acting like I know something, whatever else.
Is this one Ned's?
He's through mine. You have to order,
Where did you order the pie pop from? Where did you get it from? Was it just somewhere, some electronic shop online, or? And I can't remember.
You can Google it.
Okay, there it was.
I think it's from a place out in California somewhere. I think. I'm not sure. I can send you the information.
You might send it out to the group, see what people think, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt.
And that's cool, yeah.
I need to send that information to the group about the guy that's looking to liquidate a bunch of Amiga stuff.
So what now?
He has, I think he's from Kentucky or something, and he had a family member pass away that was collecting a bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's looking to sell it all because family needs the money, basically.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Has he already done that or what? You know me, I always pick up a few things here and there. But
Mm-hmm. Well, he's only started on like Tuesday, I think, and then he said he was really going to get serious with cataloging things tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Cool jacket, yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to catch up with him maybe later today or tomorrow. We were talking about maybe a 3000T possibly.
Oh, okay. Anything that you don't want or whatever, then, you know,
I had one of those
pass on to me.
Mm-hmm.
The
My-
3000T.
The unfortunate thing is my Amiga collection has gotten so big that it's like, I don't, you know, I've got too many of them sitting in my little space, and
Oh my gosh.
it's just like, and that was part of the reason why I took this electronics class, so I could figure out how to fix stuff. But it's just, I'm not far enough along to do any of that. Still do more.
Well, I still have a 4000 I'm trying to get rid of if you're ever interested.
I've got 2 of them.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have 0, so if you want
So,
to pass one my way, that'd be pretty sweet.
Well, I'd like to get a little bit of money for it, but
Mm-hmm.
absolutely, absolutely. You know,
Well, let's talk.
well, I was offering to sell it for, I believe, $800.
Mm-hmm.
It works. Has a 68060 in it.
Mm-hmm.
oh wow.
It doesn't have a battery on the motherboard.
Good.
But, the only other thing is that I have to use an external power supply for it.
Mm-hmm.
The power supply that was in there, original Commodore power supply, and it's just
Some old school linear
Well,
power supply, maybe?
Okay, the power supply like sits back here, and on the front there's a button you push,
Mm-hmm.
and the button has a rod. that
Yeah,
goes
Yeah,
all
of
the way
course.
back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
and I can't. I don't know where to get a new power supply for them. I've gone through 3 or 4 of them that
Mhm.
keep breaking, and so I
Oh my gosh.
just have an external power supply.
Say forget it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, usually those things, I'm surprised that you wouldn't be able to, because people have had those problems. Usually, you know, even places like, I mean, most of the stuff I have to order them across the pond. I usually
Yeah, really.
always have to do that. But there's, even eBay, you'll have people selling stuff that, you know.
And yet I thought, well, hey, I can just take this power supply and throw the insides away and go find an HDX power supply that will fit in the case.
Mm-hmm.
But I never could find one that was the right form factor, that was just a little bit smaller than that power supply case.
Oh,
I could
goodness.
still use the on-off button on the front.
Maybe, can power supplies be repaired, or are they kind of more?
I think power supplies can be repaired, yeah. I mean, there's basically just capacitors and linear rectifiers and things in there.
The giant capacitors in it and
Mhm.
stuff like that. But I didn't know if they're like, I mean, those were one of the things that everyone always said, hey, don't open these, don't mess with these, whatever. So I've always been like, Ned, just replace them.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I didn't
Well-
know, knowing now what I know now, it's just like, yeah, you find the bad components and,
Yep.
you know, you desolder them and.
Yeah, I mean, certainly I've fixed, bad power supplies and Macintosh stuff by just
Yeah.
replacing
How much money you got?
all the
like that.
capacitors.
If you fix it yourself, it's cheaper.
Oh, yeah, that's why I'm
Mhm.
trying to do everything. I have so many
I found this
motherboards that need to be
Yeah, I
recapped.
Yep.
That it's just
sitting
like,
here in between.
people want me to send them across.
I
It's just
found
not
it in the
worth the
bottom
money.
of, I have no idea.
Was there a jumper
where-
stuck
Yeah, there
between
was a
something?
jumper. I found a jumper right
Oh.
in between here.
Oh no.
Yeah,
think
but that's
like-
the good thing. That's a tiny jumper. Might be a
Yeah.
hard drive jumper.
If you get sick of recapping things,
Oh,
that can be
just-
really monotonous
just
and
either
time
bring them back to
consuming.
me
There's
next
people
month.
who
I'll
will
bring
just
them back
pay
to you.
a few dollars and they'll do it for you.
Okay.
Really? Because everyone I've seen, it's
I'll
like
bring
they
you
want
with
like
your books.
$250 for the whole
Okay.
thing, and I'm just like, that's too much money. And
Yeah, I think it's more of like in the computer community will do this for themselves. Like there's the DFW Retro Computing group on Facebook. There's a couple of those guys that I
He
think will
waits
do it for
2
like
minutes. I
$50.
can get him his tool.
yeah.
No, don't worry about it. I'm
Okay.
gonna leave it pretty close.
No, I got it.
All right.
All my tables on, it's not too bad.
Gotcha. Good to
See you all
you,
next
man.
month.
All right.
Adios.
All right.
Great to see you.
Bye-bye.
Good luck, Ken. Hope you get it working.
So do I.
Hey, we're progressing.
Exactly.
How fun.
Yeah, and the problem is I looked at doing it myself. In fact, that's one of the ways I messed up one of the boards on mine was watching YouTube channel. Like an idiot, I should have been like practicing on something else.
Yeah,
right?
as
That's
always.
always the thing. And I've got a nice setup or whatever, but I'm trying to heat it up with a little, one of the little heat gun things that kind of goes up. And because the little capacitors are the kind that, the little pins are underneath and they're real small. And the PCB kind of started like turning it a little lighter green. And I'm like, no, stop. And so it's just kind of one of those things where I can't, it's too small, it's too tedious. And I thought I'm too much of a beginner to do that.
Yeah, I've not had good luck with the heat gun technique myself, to be honest, because I was trying to repair a soundboard on a Gottlieb pinball machine, and it started turning it brown.
Oh, okay. And maybe, a different color. So maybe, it's been so long, but that was one of those where maybe I want to spend some, but I started looking around. It's like recap service for Amiga 1200, and it's $250, or I don't remember what it was. Anyway, it was just the money I didn't want to spend for, kind of a hobby thing that,
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people know how to just do this stuff themselves that are collecting in the computer space.
Yeah. And I'm kind of like, why can't I learn how to do this?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so basically, for the capacitor stuff, there's most of the time if it's a surface mount, so you can just heat up both the leads on the back side and then just pull it out from the component side.
Yeah.
Heat it up from the solder side, that is, with the soldering iron instead of bottom of the heat gun.
Yeah.
If it's a surface mount thing.
See, that's what I thought was this one was just a surface mount thing. I didn't know if you could get it from the other side of the
Well, if it is a surface mount, then there's actually something different that I use called the Talon. Metcal makes it, and basically a double-sided soldering iron that looks like a Talon. So it heats up on both sides. You just clamp it down on both of the pads at once, then you can just kind of yank it right off.
Okay. Now that's cool. Yeah.
But another common technique is to just take a pair of snips, I guess, some just wire cutters, basically.
Yes,
just
I've got
cut.
the ones that are like surface mount clips that I had to get that are that they're like little snips, but they're like they're angled up.
Yeah.
And they're real fine. They can get underneath stuff like that. That's what I used to clip the leads when I attached all the the capacitors to this board that I was, and all the stuff. They all had the leads that you push through the PCB.
Yeah.
I used that to clip all the
Of
leads
course.
off and stuff.
Yeah, so you can use one of those to actually cut your surface mount component and then kind of clear out some of the vertical height to get down there and actually remove your the solder and remove the bottom of the component. Then it does destroy it. I hate to destroy these things. If there's leads, I'll still try not to just clip the capacitor off of his leads. I'll still just try to solder from the leads anyway.
Yeah.
Even though I know I'm going to throw the part away anyway, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
There's something about desecrating it that I don't like.
Yeah. For me, it's something I can just deal with getting it off there and not tearing anything up. It's just, and I've just learned that my hands are like trying to make stuff and hold it in place. And
Yeah.
there's always a trick for certain things. Oh, like the one with this kit that I was putting together, this a little DIY oscilloscope thing. It was like, I don't remember what it was, but some of the components, it's basically like you have to, I don't know how to, it's like you have to hold something. They can't just, with something with leads, you just kind of bend the leads on the other side. But something else that just kind of sits on there, well, it's just going to fall off. And so if you try and solder it, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like you turn it underneath and it's like it just falls out. So it's kind of like, I need like a third hand to hold
Well, you need to get
there.
yourself a Panavice grip then.
So-
There's some helping hands.
So, and I do have helping hands, but it's kind of like maybe just lack of experience of getting how to hold it on there while I solder and have the light on it where I can see, and my little magnifiers and stuff like that.
Yes, surface mount, what I typically do is if you have two leads, I will put a blob of solder on one, and then I'll hold the component with a pair of really tiny, just like almost like, I don't know, cuticle clippers or something. Not, well, cuticle pincers, not clippers, I guess.
Yeah.
Then as I heat the solder on the one side, so it's kind of reflowing a little bit, then I will put the component in there with the flippers, or with the holders, I guess, and then I remove the soldering iron to keep it there for a couple seconds before I remove the pincers. And that way it's all set. And then I can solder the other side, and then come back and reflow the first side so it looks pretty.
Yeah, and I did that a lot. A lot of times something would be like bent on the side, but then once I got it just attached, then I could like turn it over and hold it and kind of clean it up and then line it up perfectly. So it's just, I think part of it was more experience than anything.
Yeah, there's
Practice.
a touch of experience and then just kind of artistry to it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're in.
So we removed the jumper from one of these Zorro slots, huh?
I think it's just sitting loose. You're right. That looks like a floppy or hard. Is that what you said? I think I heard you say hard drive. I think, yeah, floppy or hard drive.
Yeah, it's just a 1/10 inch jumper, like a jumper shunt.
Yeah.
Power disk. Let's see what number 1 is. I guess, is there an arrow?
Yeah, I think it was on with the red side facing the right.
Okay. I mean, I can check my photos real fast.
Mm-hmm.
There was a writing.
Kind of weird,
visible.
just the one wire though, I guess. But
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, you're right. He's right. It goes towards the arrow.
Yeah, here's some of those little jumpers in the back. This is a weird. This hard drive is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. Is this like a SCSI hard? Well, I guess it's got to be SCSI.
it's got
But
an
it just-
adapter on it though.
yeah.
huh? Trying to spin this drive.
Yeah, that's kind of the weirdest thing
Okay,
I've ever
good.
seen.
Yeah,
Just kind of how it's like two. I don't know. It's like it's not. It's like 3.5 inch by. It's just tall. It seems tall for a hard drive.
Yeah. And then the
Yeah,
These
it's-
are boards on the
Remember,
back.
this is
Yeah.
15, 20 years old.
Yeah, it's got a bunch
Yeah,
of
I
real
know.
thick boards and
Yeah.
controllers on it
And
for
I
sure.
think the SCSI hard drives, you had to have terminators on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, I know you had to have the cables just right and all that stuff, and that was the endless source of. I just tried to get a CD, getting a CD-ROM to work with my Amiga 2500. It was
Yeah.
just like, I had to get help from some dude. I sent him like $100 on PayPal because he was down in Austin and he was just helping me through email and over the
Oh,
phone.
geez, yeah.
Those guys are awesome because they live this stuff and they just like to help. And and he's like, no, don't send me anything. I'm like, no, that's your
It's
time.
USB.
This thing turned itself off. I think it did. Yeah.
Germany.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah. I had a guy
Bear
from
with me.
Germany custom build me a ROM switcher.
There.
I was like, hey, these are these schematics. Can you do this? And he's like, yeah. He had built something for before.
Oh, man.
He did. He was awesome. And he sent me a package of gummy bears that were from Germany.
Oh, yeah.
And it was real funny because I didn't have the heart to tell him that we didn't have the same gummy bears over here. There's the Haribo gummy bears, but they were in German, so it's kind of cool. So, but I was like, nice, real nice guy.
I'm gonna run
That
this
sounds in.
back to the electronics room. Check the live stream, see what comments people are leaving. Okay. Yeah, looks like a Seagate 4 gigabyte drive is what Dr. Clue is saying about our hard drive here.
Oh, okay.
Then
4 gigabyte? That big?
Yeah.
That's small.
Mine was like a 40 meg. Like a 40 meg hard drive back in the day.
You know, you're right.
Yeah, gigabytes were like maybe 1995 I had like a 1 gig drive in 1995, I want to say. Maybe that's right. Maybe yeah.
Okay, next. That guy. But let's take a look at grounding. Oh yeah, we have access to that. All right, great. So let's get this 060 mounted back on.
I'm gonna move this here so you can see the screen a little better. And I'm gonna run this back to the electronics room real fast.
I'm gonna reseat this memory.
Oh, your memory there and there.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. I've never seen it that way.
With what?
He has another memory module under here on the main motherboard,
Yeah.
and then we have these on the 060.
Yeah, they did a lot of that kind of stuff, kind of
I
addition
got
stuff.
6 meg memory.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they came with. Did they come with 2 meg stock?
I think so.
And they're built. And it's chip RAM because there's differences between chip and fast RAM. I know that.
All right, let's throw this baby on. Wow, 060. Second time in my life I touched one.
Those
of
are
these.
worth money, by the way. Just you don't give that away because those are worth money. I sold one on eBay for about $800. So
Yeah. Oh,
it was just one of those things where it was like it was sitting around and.
It's not touching. Okay, great. Did it snip? I thought I had another.
And I think they're worth even more today. So
Which ones?
Oh, there,
those
yeah, this is,
the 060s,
Oh, yeah.
especially if it's for Amiga 1200,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going nuts with those for sure.
which I wish I could have held on mine a little bit longer, but I was like,
All right, great. We got a. Where are those screws to? Oh, we got it up here.
Yeah.
Don't scare myself. There's another one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, here when that happens, like,
Yeah.
oh, great.
I've done that so many times. It's just. Oh, and so I'm guessing there's the power supply also connects to that connector on the daughter board or whatever they call that.
Yeah. This is interesting. I've never seen this board.
Yes, me either. And that's why so this looks like this is an A4000 tower? Or no, is it just something?
Well, it's called here. It says L-Box A4000.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of the L-Box.
Okay, yeah. So
it must be
is
a
different.
custom thing.
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, I'm interested in what
Yeah.
this is. It must be some PAL or GAL or FPGA or something that is a little bus arbiter or something.
Yeah.
You got a couple of screws back here too.
Okay, I put that
There's
one
some
there.
screws on here.
Were those okay? I wasn't sure if those were to the. I thought these were to
Those
the
kind
middle.
of-
No, they're to this, right?
Yeah, to
That's
the.
to this.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
to that.
Yeah.
So this is all it had. Let me actually move that to the center.
I'll make sure nothing on the floor. Yeah, I converted my closet since I don't.
Yeah, she's
How's
one
that?
back here.
I ain't married.
So I guess they put enough
got
in just
a
to hold it.
large master
Yeah,
closet.
I like to do
half of
all
it I
this,
keep
you
all my
know,
clothes stuff. The other half
the
I was
mirror
just like a
one's probably gonna be
divider,
the
and I
best one.
have my little
Okay,
workbench
great.
with
Now
so underneath
let's
and
get
stuff like that. So
Nice.
it's just kind of like
The,
and have room. I
Miss
mean,
Big
Oh,
can
I
go
guess
in
I
any
should
of
probably move
these,
it up. My
right?
daughter's moved
that's
out
what
and
I'm
gone, so right now
thinking.
I-
Again,
It's your
with all the
thing.
Well,
technology,
yeah,
I'm not
oh,
sure
it's
if
up there.
it's
I got
jumper
a weight set up
specific
there, but I never
way.
use it. So, I
Let me
mean,
get this guy out of the
go
way.
figure. Dead weight. That's right. Yeah.
And-
Boom. But
Let's
still.
do.
Yep.
Let's do the following. Let's try to power this thing up right now before we throw it together, and then we'll throw the USB on. Okay, 1, 2. The top one. Okay. Power. Oh no.
Give
this is
this
what I need.
phone a little
Yeah.
backup.
Oh, nice.
So is it just Bluetooth in over there? So you just have to use that camera set up to your Mac?
Oh, actually, this is running a program called Streamlabs.
Oh, Streamlabs. Yeah.
And this just authenticates into my YouTube account.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I used to use OBS and just more bare bones stuff, but
Mhm.
Streamlabs I know is a lot more. Some of the YouTubers I watch use Streamlabs.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let's.
This is the moment of truth now.
Yeah.
Oh,
moment
we
of
need-
truth.
Check
Yes.
it out.
Keep our fingers crossed. See what we get.
Monitor. And.
Does it flash or something?
The monitor
Uh,
does.
I'm trying to turn it on up from
this,
here and
this
down.
didn't kick in. Is the search? We still have power. No, this didn't kick in over here. Oh, David. Sorry, power switch. So that's
that
just
kicked on.
That's a nice and bright signal.
yeah, but
That should be the signal right there when it flipped on. It usually gives you that gray.
that's as far as we got.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But before we weren't even getting that
Yeah.
Right.
until we pulled that thing out. Okay, great. Let's power this off.
And have you tried using the other power supply just to see if
It's back home.
I don't know,
Uh-oh.
but I'm just saying next
Oh.
time you might bring it just so that you can, 'cause
Oh.
if that's the only difference was changing the power supply, like before it
What's the
worked,
wattage? Yeah.
but then now it doesn't. That you can at least maybe narrow it down that way.
I
But
think it stopped booting. I had a problem with it where I would have to boot 2 or 3 times.
Oh, sounds like some capacitors need to get charged up or something.
I don't know, but I think they had checked with a voltmeter and it was a little low. They
Yeah.
said it didn't have enough power. So I got this 600 watt.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm just saying you might bring it just so if
Yeah, I'll
before it
bring
even
that
worked
back.
at all, even if it would do something different.
Well, it wouldn't work at all.
So okay, and so the same
Yeah,
things. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to narrow down stuff or eliminate.
It wasn't in this one previously. It won't go on these, so,
I don't think it doesn't matter which one.
yeah, normally it does. Here it won't fit because it's,
It's split. I think it was
split.
over here.
has to be, I just don't remember which one over here.
The second.
Second one?
I
Well, let's try it and
let's
one.
try it. Maybe one of these.
Okay, that's tight. Okay, great. Let's try powering this up again. And, oh, hold on.
Is that on?
Okay, now it is. Okay. Well, that's good. At least now we're getting that far. It is coming on there.
What's
So
the
the
difference?
fan's running in the
Yeah,
power
because
supply.
before we had to pull this card out, this USB card, for it to power.
Oh, okay.
And
Maybe that
get the-
needed to be reseated.
Oh, that USB.
Yeah. That's one the German guy helped me with.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Well, that's the thing is the Amiga was so much bigger in Europe. That's
Oh,
why all the
yeah.
stuff was. That's why. Yeah.
Australia, another one.
Yeah, but the Amiga had the best games.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
All right, oh man, I guess we're already put back together. I was hoping to grab a picture of that chip that was all corroded. Did you get one of those?
Oh, yeah, I got it in
Oh.
video. I even zoomed in
Okay,
on the live stream.
cool.
Yeah, when we were in the
Yeah, I
lab.
got a compliment on that actually. Nice view of the chip.
Yeah, we went really close up to it.
Yeah, awesome.
And we got numbers and everything.
Okay.
Let's get
Yeah, we'll
this bug
probably
out.
place a Mauser order.
Let's get that bug out. There's a bug. All right,
Oh
now this.
my God.
Huh.
A real bug.
Yeah.
Okay, these are not SCSI.
That's
These
funny.
are IDE drives.
Now they're SCSIs.
Because the motherboard on here is, this was connected to the motherboard, and the motherboard's IDE.
Yeah, I think it's
Well, there'd be a difference in 10 pins, or 20 pins rather. Well, 10, yeah.
Because on, what was it, the 1200, the 600, the 1200, and the 4000 came with IDE.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because 1200 can use a CF card without any special stuff.
Pin one's over here, so let's slide this guy over.
No,
Actually,
it won't go in.
yeah.
Oh, it's got to be a little closer.
Yeah, we'll have to flip it up,
Got to angle it up, yeah.
angle it up. We'll do that. What about the floppy drive? Is this the floppy ribbon?
Yeah.
Okay, so the floppy.
It's right there. It's already got the notch on the bottom here.
Okay, great. So we'll throw that, but we're gonna have to flip that one up as well. Let me leave this one on
That's why I
here.
took it off.
Yeah. Okay, and one's over here. So red
Yep.
and one.
I like it when they make that big.
All right, great. That's in
Because
there.
sometimes you have to look on the other side of the board and see if there's a square solder pattern rather than a circle one.
So let's unplug this and let's.
And they don't even do that on the older boards sometimes.
Oh, we were missing this green cable goes. What was this?
Well, let's see. The
that's
green
it.
cable is
That's-
going up into the standby mode.
Yes,
Oh, we don't need that.
we don't need that.
All right, great. Let me flip it up. All
Let me
right.
get this out of there too.
Oh, thank you.
I think you have to
More.
angle it.
Okay.
Yep, we're all clear.
All right. So I'm gonna put it in an angle and then slap it in.
Cool.
Okay, that looks good. Great. Let's get this screw here.
This time was better prepared. The email said, "Hey, go to this
And
store."
now here's this.
And we'll start this
You know, 'cause
one.
at the
That
time-
second.
Oh, and that was the other thing.
Oh, there we
was
go.
all the cars were parking back.
Okay, so now-
in back where there was a parking
Oh,
lot
look at
under
this.
me.
Yeah,
There's
that's-
nobody here.
Sweet.
And I'm looking around.
This over here. How's that over there?
Parked, and I'm like, am I even
Yeah,
on
you're
my
darn
way?
right. This is IDE and this is the SCSI cable.
Are you sure that
That cable
there's-
looks wider. So, I mean, do we have, are we missing maybe, is there on that motherboard a built-in, That's a problem right there.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, we discovered that there's
Excuse me.
IDE. Let me pan the camera
Yeah.
around to show you this because it's kind of funny. We just now noticed, and I'm gonna have to do this without the gimbal, so sorry about the bumpage.
Sure.
But we've got an
You
IDE
want to put some light in there?
connector back here. Sure.
Heard you're ordering a chip now, so that's good.
Yeah, we got our 34-pin floppy up
Here's the
here.
IDE cable.
Okay, good.
That's the IDE cable, but that's the SCSI. Also, this was going to the CD DVD drive.
Oh, that would do it then. So this is our IDE connector. We have SCSI drives in here that are supposed to go who only knows where.
Yeah, right.
This is our SCSI cable, but then our IDE cable is up here, and that's going to go into the CD-ROM drive. So
Was that SCSI cable going to this USB card?
no, it wouldn't be wide enough, or this part's not wide
Yeah,
enough.
that's more looks like an IDE side.
Right. The other way around.
Okay. Yeah, that would make more sense because this side has got
You want
the
me to hold that for
connectors.
you?
Sure. Thank you. All right, let's leg that in there. Line that up.
Where's the key at?
Yep.
Sorry, you already know this stuff here. I've been through it so many times that I'm like, oh wait.
Yeah. All right, and then we do this one with the red line on the right because the pin number 1 is facing the top of the board. Now these are the ones I hate the worst because you can't, you don't have any sense of where
Do you need
it's
more?
going.
Yeah.
If you can get me a light in there, that would be great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you could shine it right over my head, that'd be good.
Okay.
'Cause
That helps.
these are very close together.
They are.
Yeah, goodness gracious. And that's down too far by 1. I think this should do the trick. All right.
There we go.
That's good. No, you're good.
Are you sure we're good? Yeah, I guess we're good.
Great when it works.
That just,
Underneath a little bit more.
I don't know, that just
Kind
still
of like-
seems off by 1 to me, but
Let me see.
yeah.
I think it's right.
You think it's right? 'Cause
Look,
this
can I-
one is not, well, I don't know if these connectors were level with each other the same way.
See here.
You know what I mean?
There is down below. No, it looks like it's right.
Okay, so we're on the money. Good.
Comments, let's see what they say.
Okay, you got, this is up through there, and then the wire doesn't matter. And this is not connected to anything.
We should
so
probably
this
get a
will be-
lot of light if you set it over on its side.
That's so true.
Yeah, this has to go back through here then. Hey, see, this was confusing me earlier because this one had the notch on the
Yeah.
bottom. This one on the top. So there we go. I think I must have fat fingered the sound button at some point. Let's see. All right, cool. Yeah, I think that during the camera handoffs, we must have hit the mute button by accident.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so basically, just to recap, we had a bit of confusion in there with SCSI cable where there's no ports for SCSI in any of these devices, so that was kind of funny.
Even
There
that
are
old hard drive? Oh, no.
a couple of
Okay, the
SCSI hard
drive's
drives in there, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I guess we're winding it up for tonight, huh?
Yep, so I got the sound back, good.
Cool.
Yeah. And did we get the part number?
Yeah, David's got pictures of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Make sure to send it out to all of us.
Yeah.
They do. Sure.
Thanks for your help,
I need
Dave.
some numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Phone numbers, please, so I can send it out now.
So how did you find out about this today?
2 weeks ago, I sold a mini Power Mac to one of the guys at the club, John, I think it was Kitchen something, his name.
Johnny Kitchens?
Johnny
Yeah.
Kitchens, yeah.
Yeah,
you,
yes. And we were chatting, because I had MorphOS on it, so I'm like, yeah, just want to get rid of this. I just got frustrated with MorphOS.
Hmm.
Do things. And there wasn't like, couldn't find any really YouTube tutorials. I was trying to use WHD loading or loader that they had.
HD load, yeah.
But man, I couldn't find instructions in their site. I actually found an old archive, some guy's WordPress on archive.org that he explained everything step by step.
Yeah.
I was able to get it working. Then I'm like, great, my mouse is not working. So like, I'm not gonna bother this. I'm just gonna go back to emulation. Because I saw the Amiga thing and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to buy a Raspberry Pi, so I'm porting it over to the Odroid XU4.
Yeah.
Which was, it's actually pretty easy to move it over. Just gotta get the directories copied over correctly. And so I think today they uploaded a new version of Amiga
Okay.
at 1.4. Now it works with the Pi
I've never
400.
messed with those, so that's cool.
It's nice.
Yeah, I just use, whenever I want to do something quick with Amiga, I just use like Forever Amiga or WinUAE and some of those, but I haven't messed with any of the standalone. You know, I've got a Raspberry Pi 4 too, and
Yeah, the Pi Amiga, it's nice. I mean, they got Picasso 96 working for the graphics. I mean, it's like, wow.
yeah, I started doing some. There was some guy that started porting the. It was called AmiC. It was a C++ compiler for the Amiga, but you could run it on PC.
Oh, cool. That makes that easier than
It
that.
was really cool, and I made some basic stuff, and then I'd port it over. I'd send it over to the whatever emulator I was running, and it would run it and stuff like that. But I just don't know enough about, you know. I'm used to having libraries for certain things.
Sure, yeah.
You know, and
Not just
so
writing it from scratch.
Yeah, and it was just it was, and I didn't know how Amiga Intuition works, and it was like I was like, I only have so much time
that's the
I've
other
got,
thing.
so.
You can,
You know what's kind of interesting is how many online compilers there are for old languages, and it might just be that somebody may have written an Amiga C compiler that just runs on some website somewhere, because I know you can do AppleSoft Basic and some other ones
Yeah,
just
I didn't even
online.
think about that. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
so
And
if it
that's,
doesn't work, just gonna take the diskette and get rid of it, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm sure these are repairable. Just like all the new stuff is such a pain to repair.
Yeah.
Just like throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and to be fair, someone like, I don't know. So it's gonna just take some serious amount of time to just sit back and get it done. Ken, can I help you carry some of this stuff out, or?
I'm gonna stick it all in this. All right.
Well, do we have any parting words for the stream?
It's good to be back.
Yes.
Good to be back, huh?
Yeah, I'll be back. So.
Yeah, and I guess we're gonna try, well, they said that Ned's gonna try for another meeting next month.
Mm-hmm.
Same place, if we can get this, room again, so.
Yeah. Well, next time, actually, what we'll do is we'll do a tour real fast around the building.
Yeah.
And I can show you the other rooms. There's rooms that are even bigger than this one.
Oh, yeah, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, this is nice and close to the door. There's that ramp that you can get up easily.
Yeah.
certainly this is easy for the computer folks. You can wheel your stuff right up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of more in a centralized location, I feel, for everyone to get to. I don't know where everyone lives, but it's just kind of like it's not on just like one smack end of DFW, you know, or if that makes it difficult. It's kind of a little bit more centralized.
Yeah.
That was all right.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, thanks for joining us and
Yeah.
watching this. Yeah.
Rock on.
Yeah, definitely. And so with that, everybody, we'll see you next month. I will hopefully see you sooner than that with some Texas Nerd House videos in the meantime. But
Just kidding. No, it's always good stuff.
here we are from Dallas Makerspace signing off. Have a good night, y'all. And Dr. Clue, if you want to see if anybody's on chat saying adios
Certainly will. Let's
before I
see.
hit the stop button on here.
We've had a lot of comments from Generation.
Yes.
He's been pretty helpful today.
I hope that he joins us next month.
That would be good.
Or she, maybe. You never know.
Also, we had Tyler Jane Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much that's it for this time, but hopefully we can get more in the next time. So.
Yeah, I think we'll pick up the steam again the more regular we do these.
Absolutely.
We also had
Consistent.
a Dacid.
Yeah,
or
one
something.
person dropped in for a brief bit, huh?
Yeah, for a brief bit, yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Alrighty then. Well, until next time, we will see y'all later. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.